strong game, contrary to Sony.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
the fuck
yeah.
that is, right?
Dude,
So I
I've
was
been
skimming
I've been
through it.
ripping that article all day. I've been ripping that. I've been in the fucking comment section with him of his own article, dude. Like,
This is the most fucking retardation
it's
I've
asinine.
ever seen. Yo,
It's
and not
asinine.
only that, you know what I heard fucking 2 days ago was that literally threw me over the fucking edge, man, on Twitter the other day.
What?
I'm not going to mention who it was, but this motherfucker actually had the audacity to agree with somebody in like it was a highlight clip from one of his streams that he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he elaborated on it, and he basically stated, and I quote, that video games does not define a video game console.
What? Then what the fuck does, nigga?
That's what I'm saying. So so what I did was like I went off, dude, man. Like I didn't even like do an actual reply. I did my own reply, and then of course somebody fucking tagged the dumb fucker's name in there, so I ended up deleting it because I didn't want to deal with that jackass.
Okay. Here's the fucking best thing about it, though. If video games doesn't define a video game console, what the fuck was defining back when video game consoles only played video games?
That's what I said. I said that in my fucking post, bro. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck were you playing fucking back then, dude, man? Fucking turbo buttons?
What else was there to do other than put the fucking game in the play? There was nothing else. That's all you could do back then. So what the fuck? Like, people are fucking weird, man. Like,
dude, they're fucking mentally ill, dude. They're mentally challenged. When I saw that shit, and I'm like, yo, you are so in this fucking. And another thing I'm getting tired of hearing is that fucking ecosystem too as well. Because what is Microsoft doing better than Sony right now at this moment? Outside from what, maybe backwards compatibility? Fine, I'll give Microsoft that. But outside from that, what else? What fucking features?
The app is way better.
Well, what, the app on phone?
Yeah, it's way better.
Oh fuck, please, man, really?
No, you might not like it, right? But think about this.
I never used it, so I would not.
I know, but let's just pretend for a second that I wanted to talk to you during the day. Okay, so I'm on the fucking road, and I'm like, I wonder what Fatal's doing. So I get on my Xbox Live app, and then I go into a party chat, and we can talk. And you're on your console, I'm on the phone. That's badass.
Well, I could technically if I had a Vita.
What be my point? Well, fair enough. My point is that's different. So that's one. And plus, it's all integrated in a single app. Sony's got 74 apps to do.
There's a couple little features like the fucking that's one of them that you're talking about. That's really good. That Xbox has. They have the whole FreeSync thing, which is really good.
Joel, I need you when you're referring to the Xbox, you need to use the correct terminology. It's S-Boss.
And the Xbox.
Makes
what
sense.
else do they do? Yeah, they have a couple of cool little features, man, that they've been adding on the low, like definitely. But
they just added
games don't define a fucking console, nigga. What the fuck does? Please explain.
That hurt my fucking head because now you got people in actually believing this shit, but fucking not just last generation.
Motherfuckers are sheeples, man. They're sheeples.
No, but here's the thing, though, Dooley, man. Those motherfuckers were sitting there gloating on how many fucking third party and exclusives Microsoft was bringing to the table from third parties last generation. Now all of a sudden,
they fucking change that story every week, bro, just to fit their fucking argument that they're going on for the week. Like, it's crazy.
But over a piece of fucking plastic, bro.
Yeah, nah.
My console, my Pro has metal in it, so
look, okay, fine, whatever. We'll both do. But the thing of it is, at the end of the day, where these people say this retardation of shit over a fucking piece of plastic that does absolutely nothing for you outside from entertainment purposes.
But here's the crazier part. It even goes over into the articles and stuff. Because just like how you're saying before, that article that was talking about the Xbox One X being like future-proof and all this other shit. And it's just like, bro.
Not with that bottleneck.
If you put a 4K image and a checkerboard 4K image in front of a person's face, they can't tell the fucking difference.
They can't.
So Sony, like this is what I was in the comment section. I told them, I was like, dude, Sony has a cheaper console on the market, which is gonna sell better because it's fucking cheaper. They have the exclusives. The checkerboard is you can't really tell the difference from fucking 4K or checkerboard to 4K. So how is that not like future-proofing themselves? They have themselves at every angle right there. Like, and right now the Xbox One X is back down to selling. The Xbox as a whole is back down to selling like 80,000 to 90,000 consoles a fucking week.
I saw the latest numbers on VD.
Yeah, that shit went right back to where it was like right before the X release. The X release, it was like fucking 2 months of hype, and then it's right back to where it was, dude. Like, so come on, man. Like, Fucking article. And I'm like, here's the funnier part. Where the fuck were you motherfuckers when the PS2? It's like every gamer, all these motherfuckers just started gaming on the 360 because it's oh, there goes
Jesus, that scared the fucking piss out of me, dude. What the fuck, Silver?
Yes. Yeah, it's like all these motherfuckers just started gaming like this generation or last generation because it's just like, motherfucker, like, okay, remember when the PS2 was there and then the more powerful Xbox with all the features and online and shit came out and it still got smacked by the PS2? So what the, like, future-proofing yourself or having the more advanced console doesn't equal you winning shit, you dumb fuck. Like, it's been proven time and time again, but here they're fucking making these articles, bro. Like,
no, but the sad reality of it is, though, at the end of the day, though, Dooley, man, it doesn't matter, man, because they may have like games like Far Cry that runs better performance-wise on the X, but yet it's still selling more on PS4 over Xbox.
That shit is a far cry from a good game. That shit is boring.
Y'all gonna make stop crying before they even get started. Jesus.
Well, hey, man. Yo, I haven't talked to you motherfuckers in a while, so cut me some slack.
We're getting some viewers. I don't believe in intros, so intro. All right. How's everybody doing tonight?
I am doing phenomenal, Silver. Thanks for having me on your show, buddy.
I mean, that's not what this is. We're just bullshitting.
Well, whatever.
Fuck your couch, nigga.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
I want a couch in here real bad. I want a small 2-seater black couch.
I can't don't you want to see them stains on your couch, sir?
Oh, God.
Well, especially if this motherfucker's gonna become a Viking himself, man. There's gonna be a lot of stains.
My stains are yellow.
So. Don't you? Oh my god! Oh
dude,
my god.
Fuck out of here with that
nonsense. Wait, hold on. Wait, Billy Too Smooth. I know your big ass ain't talking shit. Shut up. Shut up.
What? Way to interact with your viewers there, sir.
That's the homie.
My comment section to get cussed the fuck out.
That motherfucker looks like he eats the rock for breakfast. Big as fuck. Looking like a Goomba and shit.
Goomba. Roast mode on maximum, bro.
I need him to calm down. Talking shit about the last one. We can have that in here. I will put you on timeout, sir. I will time you out with a quickness. I don't care who you are.
So apparently, I guess what eluded you to make this podcast there, Silver, or this discussion we're about to have. Discussion. We're about to have. Because I've noticed this over the last several, I want to say about a week now. Because I see you in a lot of different people's chats that I'm in when I'm for podcasts and I'm in, and I always see you, or always seeing people argue with you about like, you know, like how God of War is like this defining generation game and so on and so forth. But that's all fine and dandy. But the moment they start fucking bringing up Last of Us in the chats and start comparing the two,
he can't help it.
Yeah,
he can't.
Look, the thing is, I mean, come on, we all know Silver fucking by now, dude. This motherfucker's gonna defend Last of Us until the day he dies. And to be fairly honest, I don't blame him.
You know when somebody throws a chair and everyone fights just because somebody threw a chair? It's like somebody just throws The Last of Us in and walks away, and then there's Silver just fighting everybody. Like
I was bodying everybody. Just no. You're on mighty thin ice.
If somebody throws a chair, everyone's fighting. It doesn't matter. I don't know what that chair does to people, but yeah.
Somebody brings up The Last of Us anywhere on the interwebs, I'll bring Jerry Springer.
Yo, shout out to King Thrash in your chat, dude.
By the way, yeah.
Yo, I need to get him in.
God of War is not better than The Last of Us, in my opinion.
Doss.
What up?
You are the homie, right?
The homie?
Yeah, you're
he is looking fresh and awake right now. What the fuck? Yeah,
he does. I'm a little concerned that we're going to be talking about stuff you don't know anything about, which is games.
You be able to put his 2 cents, bro. Lay off the poor guy, dude.
I love Doss. I apologize. I take it.
So, do you want me to get the link to Thrash? Is that what you want me to do? Okay. If he wants to join, I'll give it to him, man.
Yeah. I need to make people mods. How do I do that? Add as moderator. There we go.
Just click on the 3 little dots fucking across from there, whatever they post, and then just make them a mod.
I'm making everybody a mod.
Oh, God.
That's not wise.
Okay. I'm timing out everybody.
Yeah.
There will be timeouts. That's for sure.
Oh, God.
I want my chat to be just full of color. That's what everybody modded up.
Just full of everybody getting L's. You get an L, and you get an L.
Dude, what podcast were we on, Fatal? Where me and it was yours. What are yours?
Yeah, it was mine. It was mine. Yeah.
Me and OBJ were just like timing everybody out.
He was.
They say anything suspect, we were like, you're out.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Was that while I was there that when you timed us, that one dude in Fatal was like, "Whoa, hold on, bro, what are you doing?"
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, you were in my chat.
Timing out everybody. If y'all make me a mod, just know you're getting timed out. I don't care if you're the owner of the show.
Like I made you a mod of my shit. I mean, fucking
hell. I shit you not. This motherfucker timed me out one time. I forgot what channel I went to.
It was Jay
Motherfucking timed you out.
Yo, timed me out, bro.
He got in and I was like, "Yo, what's up, Jules?" He goes, "What's up, man?" I said, "You're on time."
Yeah. So and I had to sit there and wait to cuss his ass the fuck out, like sitting there typing on that and shit, like the fuck.
Okay, so Silver, I really want to know. I know this is your little discussion thing here, but I'm really genuinely curious because since your love for Last of Us is so burningly passionate, that's even a way to fucking even quote that. So the comparisons between that and God of War, right? Because apparently that really seems to piss you off to an extent. Well, certain things that people say about it. So why the comparison? Why do you think people make the comparison?
Well, first of all, it's to compare it to The Last of Us is a compliment because The Last of Us was the GOAT, right? And a lot of people's opinion is still the GOAT. But the reason why God of War is somewhat taken over the GOAT status and I think anyway, is primarily because of how much content is within the game and how deep the combat can be. And not even just that, but the level design and like there's all kinds of little hints and stuff that people are uncovering. Like this game goes in, and it's a different style game. So Dooley and I were talking about earlier, and I don't want to steal his thunder, but
I think it's simple.
Yeah, I'll let you say your part.
It's friggin' the similarities. You know what I'm saying? It's a journey of father and son or father daughter type situation going from point A to point B, and it's all about the journey in that game, which is a similar one to Last of Us. And when you really think about it, I don't think that there's any other game this generation, especially on PS4, that's lived up or come even close to The Last of Us like God of War has. You know what I'm saying? Like visually, it's fucking stunning. And then the story-wise is just like, it's pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? Like, because when you think about it, the Last of Us story isn't really all that amazing. It's not something fresh. It's not something...
You're about to get timed out.
It's not, motherfucker. It's motherfuckers going from point A to point B. We've seen that how many times? How many different...
Really? You're like my best. You're my best. What are you doing?
It's the truth.
Preach, Dooley.
Phenomenal. How it was executed was phenomenal, but it's just a point A to point B story, and then from point B to point C, and that's the end of it. You know what I'm saying?
Very well written one, though.
Yeah, it's great. It's great, but yeah, don't get it wrong. It's not something fresh, like because it was that that Netflix fucking The Road or whatever. It's like similar to that. Like it's just
wait, pause. It's similar to that because that's what they took inspiration from.
Yeah, it's
bro. Take my homework, but change it a little bit.
they made it better. You know why they made it better? Because you're a participant. You're not a witness.
Oh damn.
Okay.
Das, have you played with Kratos yet?
Not even.
Ew, nigga. Yo, what?
He's always got to put it awkward.
I played with Kratos.
Awkward, bro.
Yes,
a little tickles on the balls is okay. It's not gay.
Oh my god.
Just a little tickle.
Hey, I'm low-key tickling his balls right now. I'm playing with him right now.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I went up there to rent it, and
rent it.
I'm not buying a game that I'm going to play for, like maybe 20 hours max and beat it.
And that's also another positive to consoles. Let's just put that out there. You could rent on consoles.
You can rent on.
Hey,
PC as well.
Hey.
God damn it, does.
Did you end up renting it though?
No, they don't have it. These people. Okay, I gotta give them props because they still exist. They didn't blockbuster out of here, but man, getting some video games, like they'll order 20 copies of Call of Duty and they'll order like 1 or 2 copies of Horizon Zero Dawn or 1 or 2 copies.
Because that digital shit is killing mom and pop shops left and right, bro. People are just, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody around here plays PlayStation 4, dude. Like it's
blasphemy.
weird. Like me and my buddies are the only ones.
Whatever state you're in, they need to burn it, yo.
It's Texas, bro.
Wait.
Texas is full of
I just want to understand it. If I can ask a question, wait, so you saying you don't want to play God of War because you'll beat it, is what you're saying, right?
No, I don't want to pay $60 for something I'll beat in 20 hours. Like I'll rent
you're not
it.
beating in 20 hours, sir. That's
I don't understand. What's your definition of beat? Like you just want to go through the game and complete it?
Yeah.
Just finish the story. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, then your game will you a level 4 gamer then. Okay, I get you. I got you.
Yeah. No, he's
Right.
more a multiplayer.
So you more into online shooters and shit like
he's
that.
more of a PC online kind of.
Yeah, I play online. I play.
Oh, so you like RTSs and shit.
Well, mostly,
or what?
I play role playing games and I also play first person shooters, third person shooters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Destiny, PUBG.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have enough time to put like hours and hours. Like if you look at my gamer score and stuff like that, and like I've 1,000 almost every game I had up until like 2008 when I became an adult, and I can't fucking.
And then life smacked you in the face.
Now I'm gonna be playing like this till I hit 70, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a gamer through and through.
I don't know. Like, there's nothing like going through a good single player story though. Like there's just time. I can't just do the multi. I gotta do both. I gotta have a nice little mixture of both, or back and forth. Like it's just so refreshing to just play something and just take it and like after you finish it, you just to interpret it and just because even when I first finished God of War, I was like, that shit is up there. It's like a 9.5 or a 10. And now that I've really had time to sit with it and like really analyze it, because the hype wore off after me playing it and finishing it. Like it's like at a 9 right now, more of an 8.5 to a 9 right now for me. But like, yeah,
I hear you on that. I mean, I'm still playing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like it. I think games should be taken as 2 different type of gamers or 3 different type of gamers, and one type of gamer like to feel the experience of a game. You know what I'm saying? God of War is more of an experience type of thing. To where if you go to Call of Duty, you're not experiencing nothing. There's no characters. You just go in there, shoot people, and then start all over again after 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? There's no true experience in those type of games. So there's some gamers who
Mr. Silver over here. He loves the single player campaigns for COD and shit. Like
me too.
I've never cared about one of them, dude.
So you must be pissed off though, Silver man, that this Black Ops fucking.
Yeah, because I really enjoy the campaigns.
They're trying to eliminate campaigns. It's ridiculous that they're doing that, but they can make more money. They can spend more time getting.
Well, it's not, and
that's all it is.
So how you drop on your own?
No, they can, but that shit we
shouldn't
be. Yeah, that's what it is. But I'm thinking like, why would we accept that as gamers? Like they just want to make more money off of us, and it's okay. Nah, like if we don't spend money on it, then they won't do this shit.
Well, here's the thing about it. I think everybody has a voice, right? And we sometimes have a voice with what we vote for with
145,000.
You know what I'm saying? Like we vote with our money sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe 146.
Next up, that girl who fought the dragon.
Yeah.
Did you already forget?
On a trip today.
Yeah.
Silver, you still alive?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Okay. Yeah, so sometimes we vote with our dollars, and sometimes we vote with our like you have to remember everything that we do online now is tallied. How much time everything's on multiplayer, how much time is spent on single player.
Everything.
Yeah. And if as a company, I'm looking at this and being like, how much money did we put into the single player portion of COD? All right, cool. And then the multiplayer part of it is drastically played more than the single player portion of it. As a business move, it's pretty smart to be like, cut that shit the fuck out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like,
but that's a short run.
Well, the reason why they did this,
that's good for the short run.
The reason why they did this year has nothing to do with like them being lazy. They took some horribly miscalculated steps. Basically, they were trying to do right by their gamers and change some stuff up because there's been tons of complaints, like everybody wanted boots on the ground. And then now that they got boots on the ground with War 2, they don't want boots on the ground anymore, because they complained about COD Infinite Warfare. So what happened is Treyarch, they're like, okay, well, let's figure out a way to rebalance this, change things up. And they started going like almost an Overwatch route with it.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Gave it to and playtesters were like, we hate this. This is garbage. We can't stand it. And they had put so much time and effort into it. Now they don't have enough time to do multiplayer and a campaign. They actually had to call in Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software to make a battle royale mode just to make up for fucking the mistake that they did with the multiplayer. So now they're completely redesigning multiplayer. And
See,
is that what happened?
That's what happened. That's really what happened. Yeah.
See, I was under the impression. I wasn't aware of that.
According to Charlie Intel.
I wasn't aware of that at all. I mean, that's new. That's new for.
Damn, all y'all phones is fucked up.
I'm on a PC and it's still fucking up.
Oh, is mine fucking up too?
Yeah.
Nah, just Fatals and Silvers.
I don't know, man. It's an interesting thing, and it's just like here's the thing about it when I'm looking more at like what Sony is doing, right? Like Sony's coming out with these big AAA fucking high, but like those games gotta cost a good amount of money to fucking make, right? And like what Phil Spencer said, a lot of people want to beat him up for it and be like, oh, he's talking about single player games aren't good. Look what God of War did. And it's like, yeah, but how much money do you think Sony put into that IP? It was in development for like what, 5 years? Mm-hmm. Like, you know how much money they probably poured into that shit? And it's like, let's just say that shit came out and failed, right? Like, there's no recuperating anything over a long period of time with that. If a single player game comes out and flops, it's dead in the water. Like, that's just it. So it's like, I see where Phil is coming from, but it's like,
it's even more like crazy than that. You can get a game like God of War or like a game like Horizon Zero Dawn, both like AAA amazing titles. They don't make near the money that a free-to-play game like Fortnite, which was thrown together in a month. Yep. You know, I mean, look at how much money they make.
But then we lose quality though. I mean, if we look at it as gamers, if we look at it like this, we lose quality in games, and that's what I don't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can say, oh, these companies making more money, but we're not gaming to make these companies money. We're gaming for our own benefit. About it. You know what I'm saying?
Like when I said that we have a voice, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes our voice is our wallet. You know what I'm saying? What people buy, what people purchase is saying something.
It's all about time. Like people don't realize it's the reason why mobile gaming is ridiculous. Like making so much money is because it's a short little amount of time that people have in their day to play something, and they're just like, "What can I play?" And they're like Bill Clinton looking for somebody to fuck. And like you look outside, like,
Monica, come here, bitch.
Whoever you are, come here. You know, it's like that. You have that little bit of time, and you waste it on whatever you got. So
see, the thing is for me, like going back to the whole God of War fucking topic real quick, that's going to be a game that like I can reflect on 20, 30 years down the line and be like, you know what, God of War on the PS4 at that time was fucking amazing. Just like how like we still talk about, you know, Final Fantasy 7, Ocarina of Time, Mario Brothers 3, Mario Brothers 1. You know what I mean? Like we look at these single player games as like these classics, right? Yeah. Last of Us and God of War are going to fall into those categories.
That's right. They'll be the ones that are remembered. You know?
Exactly.
Right. Like Zelda, Link, and all that too. Zelda, Link, Mario.
But fucking, I'm tired of fucking Zelda and Mario, son. I am.
Damn, dude.
I mean,
I can't talk bad about Zelda.
But it's
almost bought a Switch today like an idiot.
Oh, Lord.
I said like an idiot.
I got a Switch. Hey, the Switch is bomb. I don't know what y'all talking about. I gotta buy a Switch for my girl tomorrow.
That's it. I'm buying one right now.
No. I'm not buying the Switch until Pokemon comes out. At least, like not doing it.
Y'all gotta understand the business, though, man. It's 3 levels. There's 3 levels to this shit. There's 3 levels to this business, man. Like Nintendo is not made for older gamers. It's made for younger ones or new gamers, casuals.
Dude, they kind of have
Xbox. Xbox is trying to be in the middle.
They have the older gamer, and
we all grew up with Mario. Yeah. We all grew up with Mario, and Nintendo still hasn't changed, and they haven't changed because there are new people born every day.
But
you know what I'm saying?
So they haven't changed.
I'm glad that you said that though, because like, tell me what other company out there cannot change their shit and still get high fucking scores and reviews.
Yep, Nintendo was the
because kid shit sells, bro. Kid shit sells, and it's easy to make. It's easy as fuck to make Mario. It's easy as fuck to make Zelda. Think about it.
They don't even have.
They're always solid ass games.
They don't have to worry about mocap. They barely have to worry about sound. All they do is worry about the gameplay, which is what catches people a lot. People are like, it plays so well, and I get that. But it's like when you don't have to worry about so much other things. It's easy to just replicate that and do it over and over again. Like
it's simple gameplay. Like Sony is at the top. Is a top tier as far as the level of the age level of gaming. Microsoft is more of a mid range. You know, I mean, name me a bomb bitch with ass and titties on an Xbox game. You know what I'm saying? Because I can name you several on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? It's like 3 different tiers. You got your kid level with Nintendo, your teenagers and up to like 26 or whatever in Xbox, and then 20 teenager and all the way up on PlayStation. PlayStation and it has a variety for every different race of different people of different cultures. They have different games to satisfy different people.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll say this much. I was glad when that LeBeau shit fucking flopped, a little bit. They're like, I was like, yes, motherfucker. Like, y'all motherfuckers finally figured out that Nintendo was about to sell y'all fuckers some cardboard, and you motherfuckers said no. Like, good.
Yeah,
like,
that shit was for kids. I always argue about this shit a lot, man. It was not for us at all. It was just for kids. It was for parents to build something and do something with their kids, and something that their kids can interact with without having to press button. Without the screen telling you to press A and the kid just touching every button, don't know what A is. This right here, if you make a piano out of cardboard, they touch the damn keys, it's going to make a reaction.
Yeah, think about this though.
Cool. I think the
Labo didn't fail, bro. Like, okay, Labo, our definition of failure is because it didn't sell a lot. But the amount of sales that Labo got with it being as expensive as it is, I guarantee you it did quite a nice profit.
Oh yeah,
so think about
it. They did.
Oh yeah,
of course they.
No,
so are they stupid or are they smart?
They did even more than this. Like that's the long term. That's a long run move. Yeah. Y'all do that invents gamers. That Labo is made to introduce gaming to kids at a younger age. Kids who play with Lego. You know what I'm saying? This is something they can play with.
It's more to create developers. That's to me. It's a real life dream.
All Labo was is kind of their, like, I don't know. I don't want to say it was their version of VR, like trying to, like, get people into like the movement stuff again. But
it's their gimmick.
It's their gimmick. Yeah.
It's really simple.
It's a DIY It's a DIY project. Nintendo are some of the most innovative motherfuckers in the market, bro. They innovated. Nobody else thought of that shit. Nobody else thought of that shit but Nintendo. Nobody thought of motion,
but nobody else could get away with it. Nobody could get away with it like Nintendo. Let Sony come out with some cardboard shit and watch motherfuckers rip them to shreds.
Because like I said, Sony is at a different tier of motherfucking gamers. They don't have the kid gamer like that.
This is not happening.
Yeah, Xbox too. They're not at the kid level. The only Nintendo is at the kid level. I mean, they got Mario. How many? Mario says like 3 words.
$4 billion Labo did. So
you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't call that.
Zelda don't even speak.
Zelda don't even I don't think it took the world by storm, like how some Nintendo fans were saying. They're like, yo, this shit is gonna it's gonna beat God of War, blah 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 blah. But like, you know what I'm saying? Of course it's gonna make them money. They're selling cardboard. Like that's
no, I hate that. I hate that too. They're selling software and it comes with cardboard. They're selling software too. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be asses about the shit. Like they really are selling like the software to go with it.
Have done that much to fucking.
You can use your own cardboard. It's only a template, and then after that you can print off stencils and stuff to make.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. You can use the little holes that you poke out. You could trace more motherfucking cardboard with the shit. That's why it's made out of cardboard. They know what's
getting you to fucking build it though. Like, dude, like it shit is crazy. This shit is fucking crazy.
Look, how much does Nintendo? How much does Legos cost? Y'all know?
They're expensive as shit. They're $140.
Yeah, 100, 200. So if we're willing to spend that much just for Legos, why wouldn't you spend that much for a game that comes with fucking cardboard that you can do DIY projects with? Why is it bad? Why is it okay for them niggas to get little plastic blocks?
$1.4 billion added to Nintendo revenue. So that's not
it did. It stocks went up too. Everything went up.
Just like what RXL said,
Google it.
Their fucking DOS, man. Like it sold less than 30% of what was manufactured.
Yeah, 30. Think about that. It sold less than 30% and added $1.4 billion worth of revenue to Nintendo. Yeah. Could you imagine if it sold?
Think about it like this. What if they didn't lose? If they didn't use plastic, look how much money they would. I mean, if they didn't lose cardboard, look how much money they would have lost. Yeah. If they use plastic, look how much money they would have lost. You know. It's like people are like, it's a business move, my nigga. These niggas is smart, man.
Nintendo is genius at taking just average ass, like low end consumer, electronics, throwing it together and making profit off of every piece of the hardware. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
no,
I mean,
they know what they're doing for sure. I'll give them that.
Yeah, they've been in the gaming the longest. They're the OGs. They've been in this shit longer than everybody else that's out right now. Atari trying to come back, but they've been out the game so long, you might as well say they some new niggas now. You know what I'm saying? It's like Nintendo been there the longest. They know what they're doing. They've been the longest, and they are still afloat. And their games are still. And it was crazy. They bringing out games that are still the best games, best rated games in the generation. Still,
See, that's
first
where
day.
I believe it's a bit of the same old school Nintendo. Like, if you don't rate our shit high, you're not gonna get our games early.
Well, Zelda and Mario deserve the ratings they got. I played them both.
Oh yeah,
they deserve those ratings. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Say. I mean, that's your opinion. Fine. I mean, I feel you, but in my opinion, they deserve the ratings. They deserve the Zelda is crazy.
Here's
crazy how much you can do.
When the game came out, though, it was like it was flawed. It was having frame rate issues. It was not. It was not perfect.
Just like PUBG, and that shit was up for Game of the Year too.
Yeah, and nobody.
It won multiplayer Game of the Year 2017.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that was
all games. No, I mean, all games come out with patches. You know what I'm saying? Even God of War had frame rate issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of them. They come out with patches.
What Zelda was really bad though. Like, let's be honest. What Zelda was really bad. Like, it was noticeable. I mean, it went down to like. It was bad,
dude. It went
down to the 20s. It was in the 20s and shit, and especially in certain areas, especially undocked. Yeah, hell yeah, it was. But it was its first game. Like, think about the first games. Think about your first games on PlayStation and Xbox. The very first games on the system.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
they
lied about Killzone.
You either, I don't think. So that's not really.
They lied about. Look at Knack. Look how bad Knack was running when it came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's
like Knack was running bad as fuck.
I don't think Zelda came out, and I was like, I might be able to fuck with that because I like the art style and all that. I can get past the Peter Pan, Michael Jackson looking motherfucker. But what I can't do is when a majority of people on the interwebs are saying the best side mission was when you had to go find the maracas that a dancing tree lost, and now he's sad. I was like, you don't get this bum ass shit out of here. Fuck that game. I'm not trying to find maracas for a dancing tree.
Have you never played a Zelda before?
Goofy ass.
Here's the funnier part, right? Like, how, like, all right, Zelda comes out and everyone's praising it because they're like, look, you could see a mountain and you could climb it. You could climb anywhere you want to. There's this crazy climbing mechanic and blah, blah, blah. But yet Shadow of the Colossus was doing that type of shit way back then, and it's fucking niche. Nobody give a fuck about it. No one fucking tried to give her props for doing this climbing mechanic and being tired. But in Zelda, it's just praised, and this is new, and it's just, I don't know, man.
Bro, Shadow of Colossus.
You can say that about any game though. Like, you can go back and almost every game we play today are formulas that have been done back in the day already. Like, there's so many games out there. I mean, and you're right. I mean, Shadow of the Colossus should have had way more praise than it did. But that control scheme was fucked.
There's a level of Nintendo hype.
I love that game, but that control scheme.
There's a level of Nintendo hype that's behind it too. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not gonna tell me that, like, if the next God of War game comes out and has the same fucking story where Kratos fighting the same fucking bad guy, that they're not gonna take off fucking points for it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they
like,
will. Definitely.
Like, how long has fucking Mario been fighting Bowser? But nobody, this is, the gameplay is good and we're gonna give it a 10. Like, nobody else is getting away with that. And that's my problem with Nintendo.
Well, I mean,
no, you cannot be mad at Nintendo for that. Nintendo made a legendary game.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's kind of weird.
I mean,
I'll give you a prime example, like what happened with the recent Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze review on GameSpot. The original Wii U got a 6, and all of a sudden now the Switch version, which does nothing different outside from adding a new character, automatically equates to a 9.
Yeah, but that's
okay.
Hey, I call that toilet game. You know what I'm saying? That toilet, that's toilet shit.
Jacuzzi shit.
You know what I'm saying? You can just sit on the toilet and play it now. You can
what does that just show you though? Like,
it shows you that it was two different reviewers for the same company. Is what it shows me.
I think that shows that gaming has gone downhill.
People have different. I mean, I don't think. I mean, playing God of War, I don't think gaming is going downhill. I think gamers are. We're too busy being the internet and gamers and all this information that we can't get. We're nitpicking shit that we have no business nitpicking.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Why do we care how much a game sells? Why?
That are like,
I don't care if the game sells. I care if it's good. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I care. Well, if you want to see a sequel to a game, you better. You know, you kind of have to care if it's or not. A little bit.
Right, but then there's nothing we can do about it. Like I want a sequel to 1888. You know what I'm saying? The order, but I doubt we get one because it didn't sell too well.
That's what I'm saying. So
but
that's why I look at game sales. If I care about the game, I'm like I want it to sell well so they can.
Well, that's the thing. The order did sell well. It sold over 2 million.
Yeah, but
you
they are.
like,
I guess the backlash. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, like you look at the Xbox guys, you know what I'm saying, and they're like, "Are we gonna get another Rise or we're gonna get another Quantum Break?" If that shit had sold like fucking 10 million, you would have knew they're coming out with another one.
Well, I mean,
for sure.
There is that rumor that Remedy's working on Quantum Break too.
Yeah.
Microsoft has so many rumors. You know how many rumors Microsoft had in a 6 month span?
Like almost every fucking week there's a new.
Negative. Remedy said publicly that they're done with
Microsoft
deals. And they're going straight to multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's where the money is.
I said that as soon as I heard that news. I said, "Well, it's going to be on every console."
Honestly, don't know.
That wouldn't stop them from working the 2 games at once, especially if one is only.
That means Quantum Break sequels can be even worse than the first one. If they're doing 2 games at once, Jesus Christ.
Depends on if they've expanded and shit. I have no idea. I'm just throwing it out there.
These companies are too much in a rush, man, to make money or try to take advantage of a certain trend. Everybody's in a rush to do a battle royale before that shit gets over. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's in a rush to do that. So now it's ruining other things.
The one company that should have done one is the one company that didn't do one. I have no idea why, as easy as it would have been, why Battlefield 1 didn't put a battle royale mode in.
I don't know either.
Because it would have been perfect.
All they had to do was just. All they had to do is a mode. They could patch in a mode right now. All you need to do was a mode.
They already support 64 players on PlayStation 4, so
right.
I mean, it would have been super easy to do. You know, you don't need
just drop them in there.
Just drop them in a small area.
That'll be on the new one. That's going to be on the new one because there's.
Of course it will be.
It's going to be on everything.
Yo, but I keep hearing. That's what I keep hearing. I heard like somebody on Twitter who's like apparently supposedly like really good with sources and whatever the case may be did say that it is
fucking industry insider motherfuckers. This shit is funny to me.
Man, I'm telling you. Everybody's
make videos about that shit on YouTube and say, "Oh, my inside source," and you ask them like, "Yo, who's your inside source?" Well, I can't tell you that. You know,
there's some dude at GameStop.
Anybody can do that. Anybody can fucking do that, dude. Like, come on.
Some dude in a dream. You know what I'm saying? Woke up like, that might have been real.
John from GameStop.
Like you see it all the time, dude, man. Like I always see fucking what's his name? I'm not gonna mention his name, but some Xbox dude on Twitter, he's always coming out with all like these supposed things that his sources tell him and shit like that. But yet every time he does that, he always gets them wrong every time, every year, every fucking year. And it's like, bro, I don't know.
Everybody
if your
like
fucking source is your fucking dog or your fucking or your I don't know who the fuck it is, but
or your figurative thoughts.
Or your dream.
They should do it. Likely they'll do it. So I'm gonna just say I got a source who said it is. Then look right later.
But anyway, Silver, let's get back on that main topic, man.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the main topic?
That's a good question.
You wanted to discuss, man?
What?
Are we talking about a God of War story? Was it like The Last of Us story or something? The Last of Us is the best game ever come out in its life.
Thank you.
See, that
we're good.
Look at Doc like I don't know. I love that.
What it is it's the best story-driven.
Best story-driven
game created.
Negative.
I would 100%.
I even said it's better than God of War.
I do love the multiplayer for it.
Wait. Hold on.
Tell me
about to say something bad about
that story that's better.
No, I'm saying it's not about the story part. For me, it's the gameplay.
The gameplay is derivative.
Yeah. Stop.
I like the gameplay.
It's a typical third person.
It's not typical third person.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
L3, R3, fucking Spartan mode. Okay.
He just shit himself right there. He just shit himself.
Look, sir, can you name me another third-person shooter? Okay, that allows you to just go into full-blown hand-to-hand combat of epic proportions with weight.
Gears of War, like every Gears of War since the
I said with weight, sir. Not with constant movement. I said with weight.
So Gears of War, it's only the chainsaw. I think.
Yeah, that's it. You can't really fight somebody. Different versions of chainsaws make it better.
Name another game. Name a game that you can take a brick and bash a motherfucker's head in with it.
I mean, just because you add
you can tie some nails to a board and then make the board stronger. You know,
like how does changing what you're hitting someone with? It's still an object. I don't get it.
Because it's a
what he's saying is most third-person shooters don't have that mechanic. They just
do the
it
same
has
thing over
the
and over.
mechanic. The only thing that they're changing is what you're hitting someone with. How does changing the object in the game? Just because you can punch somebody,
you win some, you lose some.
you can play somebody in the game.
Here's what I'm saying.
Changing
that game, whenever you go in for the first time.
Agreed. So agreed.
Right? So when you start the game, and the very first time you get to pull the trigger on a gun, right? Whenever you're with Tess, and she's like, "Oh fuck it," and she's like, "Pow!" She pulls that dude's head off, and then you get to have control of the gun. You get to shoot for the first time, and you pull that trigger. And as long as you have surround sound with a nice subwoofer, you get that bass, boom, and you're like, "Oh, I felt it in my chest." Oh, I felt it in my chest. And then it's got.
Bro, you're in love with the game.
Yeah. No, I've literally tried to break that game so many times, bro. You don't even know. Like, the AI is pretty fucking smart in that shit.
Oh,
like,
man.
For instance, like, if your gun goes empty, they know, which is like a lot of games don't even fucking do that. Or if you aim at somebody long enough and you don't shoot, they'll be like, "Fuck it," and run up on you and fucking grapple with you. A lot of games don't do that shit, dude. Like,
sometimes they get scared and run away, or if you kill their friend, they get upset. You kill my lady. Like, look, that game goes, but the combat where you like take the dude's head and you smash it into a corner of a desk, and it's just perfect blood splatter.
You're talking about the visceral feel of the game.
That's what Sony does. They specialize in the feel of the experience. Nobody else does that.
Even Gears of War, right? When you pick somebody up and you turn them into a meat shield, they just turn into like something you just drag around. And in The Last of Us, you gotta like fight the motherfucker first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just run up and just choke him and snap his neck. Like, it's more realistic where you have to like gingerly hush this nigga to fucking death. Like, come on.
Okay, let me ask everyone
grabbing your
quick.
face and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to get out and shit. Like, the struggle is real, you know what I'm saying? You can see yourself squeezing the life out of a motherfucker in that shit.
Exactly.
Hey, and the reason why I say The Last of Us is different as a third-person game, a third-person shooter, is because it had too many different elements. It had survival horror, it had crafting and everything was important.
That's
stealth. You had to do stealth and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? You had almost every piece of the game in that one game.
Even the button layout is fucking different, dude. The button layout is fucking really different than most.
And,
like,
What name another game that had live crafting? I'm not saying there isn't one. I'm just saying name one.
There's a couple. I forgot. I'm not.
Every game on PC.
Evil Within. Evil Within.
It's true.
Name it. I need names.
DayZ has live crafting.
Was that before or after?
We comparing DayZ.
Don't get me wrong. DayZ is garbage. He just said compare stuff that has live.
But did DayZ come out before The Last of Us?
The feature itself.
DayZ came out. Didn't DayZ come out before The Last of Us?
That it did. Remember,
I think it was in early access, wasn't it?
No.
It's been in early access for like
not the actual standalone game, the DayZ mod.
Oh yeah, the DayZ mod for Arma 1 and Arma 2.
So it had live crafting
forever. Yeah,
it had live crafting.
Arma 1 and Arma 2 have live crafting. So
so
awesome.
did they do live crafting while being awesome though? It'd be the question.
No.
Yeah, there's a couple games. I forgot. There's a couple games that do live crafting before that, but
that's the one element that I just couldn't. That's the why I don't like Fortnite. I don't like building shit. Like, let me shoot somebody in the face and call it a day. I don't have enough time.
Building is what, like, if you know somebody that knows how to play that game.
Oh, I know.
That's all I watch, dude. That shit is fucking sick.
So let me go through
some motherfuckers build some shit.
Let me go through some of the highlights of The Last of Us, right? For me, right? So growing up, when everybody else was playing Mario, I was playing goddamn Wolfenstein 3D, right? So I was always about killing.
Oh god, we're going back to '93 right now. Okay,
dude, DOS days. You know what I mean?
I remember, bro. MS-DOS.
Right. So and then Punisher 2 came out, which was like the
beat 'em up, side scroller.
No. It's a 3D. It's like Max Payne for the Punisher. It's called the Punisher. It's on PS2. It's fucking fantastic.
How are you gonna skip a decade, bro? What are you?
I'm just saying what stood out to me. So that game really, really stood out to me, along with Bushido Blade as an example, because it had body damage where you could cut off a motherfucker's arm and shit and keep fighting. It's merely a flesh wound, So I've always been into that sort of thing, along with my brother. When The Last of Us came out, the thing for me was about. I need body damage, so like I want to see bullet holes. If I throw a grenade at you, I need your limbs to be separated from your body. If I throw a molly on you, I need your body to be charred. It did all of that. I want to be able to smash your face on the shit. I can do that. If I have scissors on a bat and hit you in the head, it sticks in your head for a second. I need that shit. And if it breaks off because the bat breaks, there'll be a blade stuck in your head. I need that level of damage and violence, right? I love it. And the fact that it had weight to it, there's never been a game that I've played, and I'm not saying there isn't, I'm just saying for me, there's never been a game that I played prior to The Last of Us that had weight like that. Now, if you pay attention to what Corey Barlog's saying, he just put out on Twitter 4 days ago, who was your inspiration? He put, the very first person was Neil Druckmann. Okay, and the reason why he went with this weighty feel of the axe and throwing it, recalling it, it's like boom, he gets it back, and you're like, fucking yeah, weight. Okay, he did all that because of The Last of Us and what it did with weight.
You know, all that weight is just that makes it feel that way is a half, like literally a half millisecond of delay between when you can use it again and a small vibration in the right hand of your controller.
And the sound and the reticle change, there's quite a bit.
Well, I was watching that thing where they were talking about how they did the weight.
Oh, right. Yeah. But it's also the animation of the character and how he, when the axe hits him, he kind of goes back.
Yeah, there's a
lot
that reminds me of fucking Angry Joe when he was reviewing the game. He was like, it's like you're slapping meat. He's like, you know what I'm saying? There's definitely, Joel punches like a fucking old horse, dude. Like he fucking, you know what I'm saying?
I haven't watched that because I heard it has spoilers in it, so I'm avoiding it until I can get my hands on this game up here.
You still have not completed the game, sir?
I haven't played it at all.
Holy
what game are you talking about?
Shit.
We're talking about God of War, right?
Oh, okay. No, I thought we were talking about.
Oh, no. I was talking about God of War. Okay.
Yeah.
But The Last of Us also from the. I liked how you could get put in situations where it's there wasn't so much a set piece. It was more about the set piece is what you created within the gameplay and the situations and how you decided to tackle them. Right. So I'm down to one bullet. There's a fucking clicker running at me. And you're like, and then aiming's kind of off because he's not a military shooter, right? He doesn't have pinpoint actually aim. He's a normal Joe.
That's another thing that's fucking dope.
Right. So you get that perfect headshot, and it was the last second, you needed it, and you stay alive. Now you really feel like you're surviving. Tomb Raider, fuck you. So that was an actual survivor game, right? So that right there in itself, that would create set pieces within the game that weren't actually set pieces. Not to mention how you would combine melee attacks with objects, your hands, the way the AI would interact, and Ellie would literally save your life as if Dooley had my back in a multiplayer game. Like the AI was top notch. Now people are going to downplay, well, she will walk out in front of an enemy, they won't acknowledge her. Well, yeah, because if they did, it'd piss you off. I'd rather her have that little mess up where she's almost invisible as opposed to not being
I will say that they fucking nailed that shit in God of War though. Whatever and
no, I don't think so. I disagree.
Why would you disagree?
Because they make him disappear completely.
Yeah. But it works.
No,
it works.
That works immersion for me because I want to see. I want to know that he's getting stuck somewhere and he's taking forever to get somewhere. I don't like that he just teleports. That's fucking annoying. Whenever you jump on a cliff to go climb it and he's kind of
he's just automatically on your back.
On your back like a goddamn spider monkey. Like that shit's retarded. Don't give me
I'm just saying it works. I'm not saying it does break immersion sometimes. You know what I'm saying? For sure, but it works. Like he could be a mile away and as soon as you get to that rock, he's on you. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but so anyway, and then on top of that, the last story, more about the emotion that the story invokes in people. Like, hands down, it's better than God of War. Hands down. Yeah, now,
there's no comparison.
Yeah, it's bad. Like, just bad. I mean, bad. There was never a moment where I'm not gonna get into it because there's some people that haven't played God of War, but like hands down, the emotion that's portrayed throughout all of Last of Us is hands down.
You know the one part that I'm talking about that I've even mentioned to you though, like that part in God of War is fucking epic.
Don't get me wrong, God of War is a fucking amazing game. I'm not trying to take anything away from it, but like I would say that the combat in God of War, especially because there's a lot of people out there, whether you're a Souls fan or you're a Zelda fan, where you use creativity and all that. Like, there's so many different ways to play this game that I think it really applies to a lot of people.
Just for each weapon, there's like how many different move sets that you could come up with. So you can really tailor to if you want to play from a distance or up close, or you want to freeze people, or you really want to aggressive or defensive. Like there's a lot of different ways to fucking set those up.
Some of that mod your weapon in that game was that was a huge highlight for me, man. Because it was fun switching different ones out to see like different scenarios and how different enemies work and whatnot.
Yeah, I was watching the developer thing the other day when they wanted the actual menu to be in his axe. Like he would turn it over and you put different gemstones, but they're like it would take too much time and shit like that.
But
that would have been sick.
But no, but they did say in a recent interview that they think they figured it out, and for the sequel, you might see something like that.
That shit is sick.
Oh, I'm down with that, dude. I'm down with
it's
that.
real cool because they didn't ever want to break. They never wanted to break from the story, so like they found a new way to do UI and shit. So that's pretty cool.
Yo. Speaking of God of War, I saw somebody the other day fucking on Twitter saying something how that game is not in one consecutive camera shot.
Why? Because you go into the fucking menu.
No. Because the fact that when you like what do you call it there? When you teleport to a different area and you have to go in that loading screen.
Yeah,
that's what they were referring to.
Really?
Yeah.
Like fucking really.
Well, Corey actually talked about that. That is technically still a continuous shot, but I couldn't regurgitate what he said, so I'm not even gonna try. But there's a video out there that says that. But either way, God of War is fucking fantastic. It's a phenomenal game. But I need people to realize that you wouldn't have this God of War without two things: A, The Last of Us; B, George Miller. And if you don't know who George Miller is, shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you gotta let it go.
It's fun, yo. Honestly, Doss, you need to play that shit. When you're talking about just, there's nothing like punching a motherfucker in the face and then just like this motherfucker Kratos takes both of his hands and like dives into this nigga's mouth and rips him in two, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fucking brutal. Like,
oh, I'm definitely gonna.
Gonna
play it.
The one with the with those giant little ape-looking things. What they're called? Not the trolls, but the other ones that you always end up fighting there. When he fucking jumps on his back and he starts punching him in the head that you can kill other enemies with.
Yeah,
I like the actual finisher for that, where like he literally just cuts the fucking mouth like right in half.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking ill when I saw that. Dude. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, that shit is
fucking brutal, and it's well done, dude. It's really, really well done, and
it got a lot more people too as well in the God of War because of the new direction they decided to go around this time around.
3.1 million in 3 days.
3 days.
Got a couple of people.
Fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just didn't like how everybody was jumping on the whole narrative. Like, oh, look, single player games are here to stay. God of War did this. And I'm like, yeah, but are you looking at the bigger scope of things? Like, you can't just pick out one game and be like, single player games are here to stay because God of War sold 3-point-something million. Are we looking at all the other fucking single player games that flopped hard body where they're like companies not even here anymore though? No. And that's the point that Phil was saying before. Not that I agree with everything the motherfucker says, but like if you come out with a stinker, you know what I'm saying? Or you come out with something that's not accepted well, like, and we talked about this shit the other day, right, Dave? You're like, oh, Hellblade should have sold more because it's a phenomenal fucking game, right? Yeah. For whatever reason it didn't. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been the make or break for a fucking company to just eat dirt. Like, that's just single player game is a definite gamble. You know what I'm saying? At this moment.
Gamble, yeah.
And by the way, we talked about it on the what was that podcast called yesterday, Fatal?
It wasn't J-Wags, no.
Circle.
The round table.
Yeah. They were talking about what's the game of the generation so far, and everybody said, I think God of War. Somebody said Zelda. I said it was Hellblade because they provided the blueprint on how to bring AA back, and I still stand by that. So I mean, it's not that Hellblade in itself as a video game deserves to be game of the generation, but the way they created that game is the blueprint to bring AA back. And AA was in its heyday PS2. I mean, that's
Yep.
And so if more and what happens is you see that is it Take-Two or whoever Rockstar's parent company, they now have a new publishing company that's strictly for AA, and I think Ubisoft just opened up a version too. So like that's a beautiful thing, and that's what we need more of.
Yeah, we definitely have to have that middle market for sure. So I agree with you 100% because that does keep things a little bit more refreshing within the industry itself, man.
Right, and it allows these developers to kind of think outside the box and get a little risque. You know what I mean? Because like not everybody allows their developers to do what Sony does with their developers. You know what I mean? Yep. So like that will allow third party to get in the mix and really start doing some pushing the boundaries. That to me, that's fucking awesome. We need that.
If I had to pick one game this generation, that's fucking tough, man.
Yeah.
Das, what would yours be? And if you say PUBG, nigga, we gonna kick you right the fuck out, bitch, nigga. I swear to God.
The thing is, you can't just. It depends on what the criteria is. If we're talking about like the game that most spoke to me, as far as like
yeah,
like if it's the game I played the most, it's going to be Destiny. If it's the game that spoke to me the most, the game I enjoyed the most is Destiny. But I would not by any means consider that to be the game of the generation by any means. I would say, honestly, I think there are three. Like, if I'm going to name them, and I'm not just trying to kowtow to you guys because you like PlayStation so much, I think it would be in between The Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, and of course the new God of War. I haven't played God of War yet, but from everything I'm hearing, I mean, it's obviously earned its score. I mean, I would think so. I don't know any other games, I mean, that even come near it for this generation.
For me, Horizon Zero Dawn is better than God of War.
You're out of your fucking mind. No. Why? Explain yourself.
I just thoroughly enjoyed it a lot more. I was way more immersed.
You enjoyed the story more than fucking...
Yes, 100%. And that part of that
battles more than fucking
yes. And the reason why I say that is because
what boss battle in there was even half of the first Stranger fight in the beginning of God of War?
That's the issue in itself, because the Stranger fight never got topped.
What do you mean?
It never got topped. That was the best boss fight. It was at the very beginning of the game, so that to me is a negative.
How is that a negative?
Because in other God of Wars, it was a ramp up. I don't climax at the beginning of the sex, sir. That's at the end. I don't know about you.
Yeah, but okay. It's still one of the most amazing bosses.
No doubt, hands down.
Exactly.
Hands down.
Like Horizon is a fucking dope game. Don't get me wrong. It's not better than God of War, dude. Like,
I'm not saying it's a better game. What I'm saying is I enjoyed more.
Really?
Yeah, because like the Thunderjaw, dude. The first time I fought the Thunderjaw, I was in awe. I was awestruck. My jaw was on the ground, dude. The fucking environment blew me away. Not that it doesn't in God of War, but Horizon was. I mean, I was so that the world to me.
Horizon's far more open, right?
Oh yeah, it's an actual
world. Yeah.
It's like, but the world itself was its own character and had its own story, literally. I love the storyline of it. It was very complex. There's a lot of lore there. They could build on it. The combat was diverse. It was dynamic.
The story took so long to come in Horizon. That was the part that was killing me the most. Because in the beginning, you're kind of just like meh about it, and like you went through the same thing where it's like that story unfolds very late. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really there to like.
See, like here's the thing, like. Again, they had photo mode out the gate. That kind of ruined God of War for me, not having photo mode. That's part of it. The other side of it is God of War got ruined partially for me because I was watching Vikings. And Vikings is such an amazing Viking show with the same Norse mythology.
Until this season.
You gotta be fucking shitting me. That doesn't make
I'm being honest with you.
There's no way you're going to tell me you enjoyed fucking Horizon more than God.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that, sir? Oh, he muted himself.
Oh, what? Sorry, what?
What are your thoughts on that? Which one did you enjoy playing more, Horizon Zero Dawn or God of War?
Oh, God of War, hands down. God of War, hands down. I'm not saying bad about Horizon.
Yeah, but why?
I enjoyed Horizon for what it was. I was more immersed into that game than I was Horizon. The story kept me occupied from beginning to end. Where like I agree with you, but Horizon's story didn't really pick up for me. Where I started to give a shit to like near the end. It falls
flat on its face for the longest fucking time. Where you're like, what the fuck am I like? Who cares? And then at the end, when you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is actually super fucking interesting. But
yeah.
So long for you to get there. It was just like. And not to say that it's a fucking bad game, you know what I'm saying? And the Thunderjaws are cool, and fighting all the different creatures are cool. Like, there's some times when I would see, something pop up where I'm like, I'm not even gonna fuck with that right now. I'm gonna go take my time and level up. But like, I don't know, man. There's just something so visceral about like.
Which combat do you like better, though?
Combat do I like better?
Yeah. Horizon or God of War? Okay.
God of War, dude. It's nasty. Like, it's just.
I really enjoyed Horizon, and I went back to it. I got the platinum on it. Like, there's just a lot about that game. Because I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know if they were going to pull it off, and it just is so much to it. I just fucking love that game, and I love God of War. I'm still playing it. You know, like it's just I don't. It's and they're so close. I mean, you're talking about. I mean, it could go either way, but at the end of the day, I feel like Horizon really just like blew me away more than God of War did.
Nah. For me, I just, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, at least here's the thing about Horizon, right? Because you're with Aloy alone for so much time, there's nothing really happening while you're going through this world. Yes, the environments are really nice and the fucking different creatures you and like some of the people you meet, but there's a lot of repetitive shit going on in Horizon, and there's a lot of downtime where nothing is happening. Like some of the best times that I had in God of War were just being on the Lake 9 and just like hearing all these different stories and going on to, and it's like all this little shit is happening because you have somebody that's with you. It's almost like Joel and Ellie, it's a story, but like there's a story within them just going along. Horizon just has,
you like the mythology of it.
Yeah, the mythology, the backstory, the back and forth between you're watching these characters grow and develop even while you're not doing anything. In fucking Horizon, you're riding around on shit and it's just Aloy not saying motherfucking nothing.
For me though, it wasn't that what you're talking about, what you're describing, while I do agree with you. However, for me, when I was in those moments where I was just traversing the land, I would take that time and I would create my own story in my head, not literally, but what I would do is I'd go into photo mode and I'd take it all in, I'd take the perfect screenshot. I would, zoom out of the map, see where I was at, look at the map really good, and then go back into the world and look around, find this little piece here. I'm like, oh wow, this is actual a tank formation that was battling this over here. And I started uncovering the battleground that was on Earth before they were even born. Like, so that story was unfolding.
You'll be able to do that with God of War, like.
No, yeah, you definitely can. Again, God of War was mainly ruined by Vikings. Vikings was so good, or is so good, that it just made me want a real Vikings game. And so when I started playing God of War, it like
because I was in a weird place. Because you were hyping yourself up way too fucking hard for that game. And I was like, dude, I'm going into the game and they have to prove to me that this new God of War is worth my fucking time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going into it like God of War is going to be the shit. Fuck a 10, nigga, it's an 11. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was next level hype.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, yo, they have to prove to me because you're taking an iconic character and completely fucking changing shit. So you have to prove to me for like, that's how I went into it, bro. Because you can even ask Bear, dude. I was not having it out the gate. Like, and in the beginning part of it, it is very fucking slow, kind of. But because of Atreus and Kratos, the back and forth that they have and growing with them throughout the story, it's just like, I don't know, man. I couldn't give it to Horizon. I could not give it to Horizon over God of War. That's just
OBJ. What's up? I'm gonna say another thing that's piss people off. Y'all ready for this?
Oh god.
Here we go.
You know what's a better story than Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War?
What? And if you say like The Last Guardian or some fucking
The Last Guardian,
you are insane.
And Yakuza 0.
Yo, kick this nigga off his own podcast, son. Get this nigga the fuck out of here. Because this shit is
now wait. That ending of The Last Guardian is of epic proportions. Name another game that has a better ending.
See, here's the thing about you, dude. Like, you will take one instance in the game and make the entire game over that one.
That's what the story is. The story is that build up to that ending. What are you talking about?
I can't do that, bro. There has to be substance before, after.
There was substance leading up to the fucking epic ending. What?
Yeah, but no, dude. Yes. The Last Guardian, right? Is amazing AI, dude. Like the AI in that game is fucking ridiculous.
I've seen multiple. I've never played it because I was not interested in the slightest. But I've seen horror videos.
It's a fucking terrible game. Like,
they compared it to. What was the name of that game that I used to play all the time? The one where like if you press the wrong button, you'll jump completely off the building and kill yourself. Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah,
remember? You would like jump up.
Tap button, this nigga jump
and he would just jump off and murder himself for no reason. That's what they
like, great. Now, but yeah, it's a terrible game. Like, graphically, it looks really cool. The art and design and stuff, the world.
I didn't even think the graphics were that good.
We're gonna have an actual debating greatness.
It looked like a PlayStation 2 remaster to me.
Yeah, I mean,
ugly,
it's
sir.
just the art
You play
style of it,
PUBG.
but it's very it's almost like a painting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
on
get
Ultra
it,
and 4K.
And you got to remember that game has been in development since the PS2 days, so it's probably just what I'm saying, whatever the PS3 and shit. Yeah, since the PS3 days, so it's like.
Well, okay, fine. I'll let you. I'm going to let you pass. I'm not going to argue a whole lot about The Last Guardian because not everybody in the chat has even played it, and that's goddamn disrespectful. Go buy The Last Guardian, you fucks.
The ending is amazing. The fucking Trico as a fucking AI is
best AI ever made. So
how fucking cool it is, dude. Like, it's fucking really cool. But the game itself, like what you do in the game, the puzzles are the fucking worst.
They're the best. Anyway,
You see, I just glossed over. He didn't say why. They're the best.
Just reverses your position.
We're gonna save it. We're saving
with
it
no fucking context.
We're putting a pin in it, guys.
We're gonna put that on hold over here on the bulletin board. Yakuza 0. You haven't played it, but once you play it, you're gonna agree. Kind of like I would say.
Once you play it, blah, blah, blah. Like,
well, you haven't played it, so you can't.
You haven't played Persona, so yeah, we in the same fucking
boat. I was going to say that. Would you say God of War has a better story than Persona?
No.
Okay.
Fuck no.
There you go. So that's what I'm saying. Yakuza and The Last Guardian and probably Persona 5 has better stories.
Not even close, because here's the thing about Persona, dude. Persona is on a different level of like, cool. In fucking every other game, you're building a relationship with one of the characters or some shit like that. Persona games, you're building relationships with like 7 or 8 different characters that are all fucking very different and all like that seem really real, and they have their own issues, their own problems. Like, that's what the game is pretty much built upon, is you building relationships with those people that are in your group and even outside of your group. So it's on a whole different level that none of those games, I'm building a bond with Atreus. That's one relationship, nigga. Like, Persona is fucking.
Yeah,
it's on a different level.
And I'm not.
Like, I'm not
going
into the comparison bracket because it's on a different level. You know how like Zelda and Mario on a different level? Like, Persona's on a different level. It gets its own corner.
Mario and Zelda have the same story.
This Negro is taking off his footsies right now, bro. He's like, let's get into this.
You're making me hot with all your fucking blasphemous going on.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I haven't said a word. I've just been sitting here enjoying the ride.
God.
See, and it's funny too, because like everybody thinks that like because me and him chill so much, like we agree on everything. We fucking disagree on so much shit. It's ridiculous.
So he's so rude to me.
So Dredd, what is your game of the generation?
Yeah. Honestly, I would still have to say it's Persona.
Okay.
Like I said, Persona gets its own corner. If I had to really put it to something else, and as crazy as it is, it's to me, probably Bloodborne, man.
Oh,
because of the difficulty, right? It's the difficulty, dude. Like,
dude, it's the difficulty, it's the world, it's the music. It's like, dude, like you play that game and it just puts you in such a dark, dingy, dirty, musty. Like it's there's nothing.
That's the way Silent Hill was for me back in the day before it went garbage.
It's just like you're walking around, you're hearing crazy screeches and
dread. You realize that Bloodborne is not as hard as God of War on the hardest difficulty, right?
I would like to see you play Bloodborne on the hardest difficulty.
No, I'm telling you, people that have platinums in both games said that God of War is the hardest game. It destroys.
I believe it.
Well, here's the thing about it, because it's not because it's just a bit like, oh, it's a better built game. There's a lot of cheap, like if you look at God of War sometimes, bro, there's a lot of shit that like, have you ever been pinned up in a corner and getting attacked by 3 different people where you can't even move?
No, because I know how to manage my enemies, sir.
Oh God.
Okay. Here, this
see how you turned that on its ear and got you.
Yeah.
We all know that's true.
You've never been attacked by like 3 different characters sometimes where you can't move, like because they're attacking.
That didn't happen, but I'm saying I suck at the game. So
that's what I'm saying. So that's not really like, oh my God, the game is built better. Like it's cheaper. Like you could get caught up in some shit in fucking God of War. Like it's
based on I can't speak to that because that never happened to me. But I also suck at the game, so maybe I just got lucky. But other people that are actually good at the games have said that it's better AI, it's better, everything's better in comparison to Bloodborne.
But I don't know. I'm not And not that it would take away fucking anything from Bloodborne, even if it was harder. Like, that's just, it is what it is at the end of the day. But there's a lot of God of War, there's a lot of I don't know, man.
It's a lot of exposition, a lot of explaining stuff
Yeah,
that's going on.
dude, there's I can't put my finger on it, man, but there's some cheapness going on there in that game where it's just like,
wait,
okay,
so you're telling me right now, you saw my stream, Bloodborne didn't have the same fuckery. Do you remember when I fought the Beast?
Oh, what, the Beast?
Yeah, the fucking
Beast, the one that was like slamming you and shit.
No, with the dude. The dude that turned into the wolf.
Oh, Father G.
He just spam jumped me.
Yeah.
There's fuckery in that game. Fuck that game.
Yeah, but they did patch it, so.
Whatever. Fuck Bloodborne. Never Bloodborne. Hashtag never Bloodborne. With those bum ass graphics.
Bloodborne, like for one thing, is the music, dude. Like whenever you get into a boss battle and that music sets in and the fucking I
didn't even hear that. I just heard my heart thud.
That's what I'm saying. There's something that, like, playing through God of War, and maybe I haven't played it on the hardest difficulty, but playing through God of War, it never gave me that, like, oh no, dread feeling. Like in friggin' Bloodborne, dude, there's something about like losing everything that will make you super fucking nervous, dude, and you have to get over that.
That's what I had to explain to other people when they were playing DayZ. Like, people were like, "Why do you like DayZ?" Because it's a one and done. You get gear fear.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to lose your shit, and then if you fucking die getting it back a second time, it's a wrap. It just God of War, while trying to be like that, it was like Bloodborne and Dark Souls light. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, even if it's harder in difficulty, the fact that you never lose anything, you're just like, okay, cool. Like, you get mad, like, I'm gonna fuck that bitch up. Like, the Valkyrie fights are fucking crazy, you know? But yeah, there's this, I don't know. But
someone was telling me that those games are like Devil May Cry, but like times 1,000.
Yeah, here's the one thing. I miss the little combo meter that the fucking God of War used to have. Like, and I think a lot of people even, like, that's how you know a lot of people forgot about it. A lot of people don't even talk about it. They, like, the little combo meter that used to pop up. Like, so it's like all this stuff, all this talk in the beginning before the game was coming out, like, oh, it's different. Fuck that. I can't jump. I can't this. I can't. Now the combo meter is not there. Nobody's really pointed it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. The one thing I remember, I played the very first one, and that was it, because I let my brother take my PlayStation 2. I just gave it to him. But dude, all I remember is them titties, though, right? Like,
right in the beginning, right?
Like, I was like, bro, this is like the start screen. You guys are going way too hard in the paint right now.
Yeah.
I gave it to my brother, and my brother, I could hear him in the other room. What the fuck?
Dooley, another game that I think you need to pick up and try is going to be Nier Automata.
Oh God, no! I don't know, man. I played the demo and I was just like, I feel like I'm playing 5 games at once. Like, this is like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a top-down shooter, then it was a fucking side scroller, then I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? Like,
Crisis Core for PSP, like back in the day.
Like what is this?
What the fuck is going on? How many meters do I have?
Like, I'm playing Tetris, Pac-Man, I'm playing all this different shit in one fucking game. Like, so
dude, The Witcher 3 is like a lot of people are like, oh, it's overhyped. No, it's not. The Witcher 3 was an amazing game. Like,
Witcher 3 is just Gerardo. Yeah,
Gerald, bro. His name's Gerald. Gerardo. He's not.
That's how Silver fucking says his name.
The dude fights like a fucking. He's like just.
Yeah, but it's an open world game. I mean, it's got the amount of bro. If you go down the monsters,
I hate fucking Witcher.
Go down the monsters list and like read about the backstory of all the monsters and stuff. I mean, it's a very well crafted.
You had to fight a fucking baby. Fuck that.
That's fucking terrifying. Do you know the story about how the babies are made that way?
I don't care.
They're aborted babies, so they can.
Gerardo is a fucking weirdo.
His name's Gerald, you dickface.
Gerardo. He's a fucking idiot.
Have you played it? I know you.
Yeah, I fucking played it. I put 20 hours in that dumbass game, and I bought it day one because I saw somebody get their head cut off, and I was like, I want to cut somebody's fucking head off. And then I got the game, and he runs like he's made on PC. And oh, guess what? It was made for PC. Of course, because he runs like a fucking idiot up walls.
You're the only person I know that thinks that PC has inferior graphics and
no,
stuff.
No, it's the movement. And they're like,
the only person I've ever met.
There's no way.
The combat in Witcher 3 is the only thing that's a downfall.
You know that all of these games are made literally on PCs, on x86 architecture, no matter what. They're not made on Power PC.
The purpose and optimization of the greatness. Okay, it's different. Okay, whenever you see that, when that motherfucker runs, there's no weight to his step. The motherfucker is like, does he weigh as much as Mario? Like,
because it feels like the fucking the legs are independent from the top body.
From the body, yeah, I understand.
That's how.
And all he does is
that CS:GO movement.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like the designated candle blower outer guy or igniter guy for birthday cakes.
See, I agree with Billy, bro.
Fucking hell.
Wow, what did he say?
He said, "Wow, Witcher 3 is the top 3 game of this generation. I would put it right up there with God of War and Last of Us. You are crazy for saying forget that game."
I fucking hate that game, dude. I tried.
Mr. Righteous Fish says yes. Witcher 3 combat is the best, but everything else is amazing.
Right after, I re-downloaded that game right after I beat God of War. I need to finish going through that Witcher game.
Here's the thing about it, though. That
I know I'm wrong.
That game has done that with a lot of people, where like they don't get far enough into it to understand how deep it could get. And I don't know if that's like a design flaw, or maybe they take it too slow in the beginning, or maybe it's just not people.
It's people don't have enough time. That's what it is. I know a lot of people who played games that I liked, and they're like, "How can you play the game?" I'm like, "How long did you play it?" "Oh, I rented it and played it for a night." Bro, you don't even know.
Yeah, I heard that Witcher 3 takes a while to get into, but when it actually does start to really open up is when the game really starts.
You gotta live that Witcher 3 life, nigga. You gotta open up spell books and
exactly
look
my only gripe playing it so far, because I managed to complete like that beginning map that you start on right at the very beginning of the game. I completed that 100%. Well, at least from what I can do of anyways as of right now. The combat is the only thing I'm kind of a little bit disappointed with. Everything else is fucking phenomenal with the game. The combat's disappointing because I'm so used to how the combat was in the first game that was originally only ever on PC. Because
that was free right now, by the way.
No, I know. But the thing was, like the combat to me just brought another level of depth and strategy to combat. Whereas this one here, it's just like, just keep pressing the button, do a couple spells, and carry on your merry fucking way like nothing ever happened.
They simplified it because they knew it was going to hit console.
Yeah, exactly. Which that's
dude, The Witcher 2. The Witcher 2 on Xbox 360 and on PlayStation 3 is a masterpiece of.
It never came out for PS3.
I thought it did come out for PS3.
Nope, it was only ever on the 360.
On Xbox 360, that hoe is a masterpiece. I'm gonna have to rebuy that because I didn't get a chance to play that. CD Projekt Red is willing to do to get a game to run, because
it's supposed to be a first-person shooter, right? Like fucking Cyberpunk is supposed to be a first-person shooter.
A first-person shooter RPG hybrid is what I'm hearing.
God damn it! Dude.
It's gonna be Destiny. It's gonna be like Destiny.
Yeah.
Wait,
I hope it's good.
What game?
Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of curious to see what that game is going to be about. But I'll finish Witcher 3 there, man. Fucking, I'll start that game soon.
Yo, y'all seen that Black Bond got a PS4?
For what, Persona?
I don't know what the fuck he got it for. He hasn't really put up any gameplay yet.
He's irrelevant anyways.
I'm like, nigga, he didn't play Bloodborne. There's so much shit for him to backlog. He hasn't played Uncharted series before. He has like so much shit.
Yo, but I still laugh to this day when I watched him fucking body fucking smoothing gears. That was fucking hilarious.
Yo, all right. So I've heard through the grapevine that you got some qualms with Lost Legacy. Like how, because we've never gone over that. How do you feel about the whole Lost Legacy thing?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
I'm about to block him.
Do you think it was better than Uncharted 4?
Story-wise?
Yeah. Like everything, like overall, but story-wise.
The communicate or the conversations that you have between Nadine and Chloe were amazing.
They're awesome.
That was a highlight. That was definitely hands down better writing material. Fucking
yeah. And it's natural. It's
natural. Yeah, everything felt natural. Everything flew together beautifully. Like you would hear that in the typical conversation, right? Somebody
like they're just driving along, and she's like, "So you fucked,
Drake?
You fucked one of yeah.
No. Overall, the game, I liked it, man. It was good. It was pretty good.
Okay, all right.
It wasn't like, I don't think it was like amazingly good, but I mean, it was definitely good. I enjoyed it, definitely, man. Now, did I enjoy it more than 4? Yeah, actually, I kind of did.
Yeah,
I kind of did because the thing was is that
the boss battle at the end is fucking pretty sick. Like it's pretty.
That boss fight was pretty dope. Yeah. That boss fight at the end actually made more fucking sense than the end boss fight in fucking 4. Dude, fuck that fight. The thing of it is, the one thing I will say though was the flow of the gameplay, man. Like there was never a boring part in that game. Like everything.
You said I got bored.
You fucking stop falling for my shit, dude.
Better.
God
You said
damn.
that. You said that.
I know what I said, but the fact that you took what I said for my trollingness is a serious thing.
Fucking goddamn Canadian Yeti. I swear.
Silver saw Dooley saw right through that shit when I saw
I
him
watched
fly.
your
He
stream
knew.
live to give you support.
You watched my stream for all of like 20 fucking minutes. And
That's not true. I fell asleep.
You fucking bailed on me, you mother.
I fell asleep. It was a work night, and I was in there for at least 2 hours.
Yeah, he was there the whole entire time.
And
I streamed that bitch back
all
to back.
the details that nobody else picks out. You know.
Yeah. But
obviously I was enjoying it. If I didn't enjoy it, I would have never fucking streamed it for as long as I did both fucking streams, mind you, my guy.
Yeah.
So
they did kind of borrow from the whole Tomb Raider thing now, where it's like they have like the open world area kind of, and then like I like how they did like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a little open world area, and then it goes into the linear, like, all right, cool, you're going down the story route, you know, like a mixture of both is definitely really good.
Dark Souls is made for pure noobs online. I can agree with you on that, Garuda, man. There's a lot of people that make some fucking cheap fucking builds in Dark Souls, man.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a mixture of both.
I hate
both.
Do you guys
I can say that for a lot of fucking online structured game. Like, look at COD. As soon as a weapon comes out that's broken, fucking every chintzy motherfucker in that game uses that weapon or everything else.
Well, yeah, you got to make it equal, right?
Fucking hate that shit, dude.
I don't know. See, the one good thing that I like about the reason I play primarily multiplayer games is, I mean, I go to work 7 o'clock in the morning and I don't get home till almost 7 o'clock at night. I don't have time to spend, more than 2 hours on a game. So that's why I play primarily multiplayer. It's how I socialize with my buddies, because most people I play with I actually knew. But
let me ask you a question. What multiplayer game are you looking forward to that's coming out this year, or is there one?
This year, I don't have a single one that I think I'm looking forward to. I mean,
this is the year of the single player, son.
I'm not feeling anything right now, really.
Maybe the Division 2.
I can't wait for that fucking sync co-op to come in for No Man's Sky, dude.
Wait, aren't you getting it? You're an Xbox dude, aren't you getting fucking state of frame rate decay and shit? Like,
oh, you mean on Game Pass?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking to me? I was like, no.
Yeah, no. She was like, no. On Game Pass, but I ain't dropping $40 after all that co-op bullshit that I heard.
Yeah,
I'm fucking upset that I paid $500 for a console for multiplats, and there's no good fucking multiplats coming out this year.
Unreal Tournament.
The Xbox finesse is real, son. The Xbox finesse is real.
I'll tell you what, when it does work, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. I won't deny that. And I think that the box is fucking well built, you know what I'm saying? Like how it looks and shit like that, and how
it's very dense. It's heavy as shit. Yeah. Like I was talking to my wife about that a few days ago. That was fucking heavy. If you drop it, it's gonna break.
Yeah.
It's too heavy, But
any multiplayer, if I play a multiplayer game long enough, Garuda, I can get good at it, man. I mean, I was pretty decent at fucking on Uncharted, not to the level of Dooley or fucking Silver, but at least I was able to pull my own fucking weight every goddamn game.
Yeah.
I'm like one individual. Like, we'll get them next time, guys. Remember that shit? Oh boy.
Bro, I think that if PUBG like actually comes to PlayStation 4 and it's decently working finally, I think it'll go over pretty well with PlayStation 4 people. A lot of people are just hating on it just because it's not on PlayStation, but it's actually a fun game to play. I mean,
honestly, I don't even know if the PlayStation guys are even talking about.
I don't think so either.
Dude. Yeah, they got Fortnite and fucking God of War. They're good to go right now. They could kill us. Tencent
Games, the people who made the mobile version of that thing of PUBG, they're sinking like $470 something million into Bluehole. I think they're gonna buy them out.
And yet they're fucking sitting out there trying to fucking sue motherfuckers for the usage of a fucking frying pan in a video game, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah, they need to stop with that shit.
No, that's not, dude. Okay, that's Tencent pushing that. In China, they're pushing that because basically they're gonna be the ones who bring PUBG to China. So that's why they're pushing that. It has nothing to really do with Bluehole. Bluehole is just taking a back seat.
No, I'm just speaking in generality towards the game because I think that is
who came up with their fucking name, bro? Like that shit.
Bluehole,
player unknown.
Yeah. Bluehole, like
motherfucker eat a goddamn fucking blueberry freezy at nighttime.
That's why they changed it to PUBG Corp. They're like, fuck, dude, this is a stupid name. We should Billy. What the fuck?
I got drunk one night and ate a fucking blue freezy and I puckered up.
I have it on. I haven't played it on PC in a little while, but I've never had problems with it just because I have like a ridiculous graphics card. So a lot of people.
I recently a couple days ago I picked up that fucking Conan Exiles.
I know. I saw the titties that you posted.
Yeah,
I think it was
motherfucker would find that angle.
Yo, show that nudity, man. I'm not getting blocked on fucking on Twitch or on YouTube. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
It's funny.
Even though everybody does it though. But I'm not taking that fucking
dude,
chance.
I heard there were like full dongs running around that game on PC.
Only if you have the European version, because for some odd reason they changed it now. So like in ESRB, you no longer get that fucking nudity from the full frontal male.
Oh,
that's it.
Thanks, Billy. I forgot. I am looking forward to Division 2.
I'm not looking forward to it. Forward to that game.
I don't like Ubisoft, man. I do not like their fucking shit, dude. Like,
because they're going service-based shit.
Well, you have to give them props for the like complete fucking 180 they did with the Division 1, and they did the same thing with that SWAT game. I mean, like they fucked up. They knew they fucked up, and then they fixed it. I mean,
I'm not. They're just not for me, man. Because I even looked at what did they come out with? Beyond Good and Evil 2, right? And I know this is like early fucking footage and shit, but the game just looks janky as shit. It's alpha. Yes. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I'm not an Ubi fan, man. Like, I don't. There's something about their fucking shit. Like, their button layouts are always fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't.
They're the ones doing Biomutant, and I'm looking forward to that game.
Even that game doesn't look all that great. Like graphically, like I'm like, meh.
They just like kicked me the fuck out.
Ubisoft. I mean, Ubisoft. One thing I will give credit to Ubisoft was because it wasn't that long ago when they were denounced as like one of the worst fucking companies in the world.
That's because they would fucking post shit, and then as soon as it came out, it was downgraded to fucking shit.
Yeah, well, Ubisoft's been doing that since Far Cry 2 days. But the thing of it is like at least they bounced back and actually got that fucking name.
Yeah, Jamal knows what's up.
Like, I mean, I will give props to Ubisoft for that, but like right now, I mean, like, yeah, they took that long ass break. What I think it was like 2.5 years for Assassin's Creed, even though they came out with like tiny little games there, like India and China, and the fucking movie that fucking sucked dick.
We've all been asking for Japan for like fucking 10 years. When are we gonna get a jet? I mean, it bothers me now. Every time they're like, and this year we're going to not Japan. I'm like,
Pakistan. Oh, great, lovely, nice, great.
Who do y'all think Blue Point? What game do you think they're remastering or remaking?
Dude, either I'm gonna say Siphon Filter trilogy,
if they ever.
Because no.
Legacy of Kain.
The only reason why I'm saying that is because they recently renewed that trademark. Fucking
if
last year.
They ever, son, that shit would
fuck you like a dream, ho.
Son, I'm going to shock somebody until they hit themselves and explode. Like that was when you tasered somebody to fucking death, dude.
That's quite dude. That would be one hard ass game to remaster for modern times or remake for modern time. Good lord,
Crash.
No, not like this game. When was the last time you played Siphon Filter? I mean, I know what
you mean. I know what you're about to say because, like, remember Logan's running animation was fucking
that was like some PC running shit right there.
That was like
you had to aim with L1 and R1, dude. Like you aimed with buttons. It was weird. Like that game is going to be hard to remake, but my god,
if anyone can pull it off, it's them, bro.
Yeah, like, dude, that shit will be fucking glorious.
Yeah, no, that's a definite day one for sure. If it's gonna come out and be Siphon Filter, that's a day one.
That will be a day one buy. Yes.
Especially if they throw in the fucking PSP.
I agree, Mr. Righteous.
Yeah, the PSP version of fucking Siphon Filter was fucking good. Like had multiplayer and everything. It was fucking amazing.
Yep. That Siphon Filter was fucking lit back then, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I remember people telling me, Dooley, man, like that they preferred that game over the original Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Kojima's a weird motherfucker, dude. Like,
yo, but hey, to be fair, like, and I mentioned this before in the past, even that motherfucker did some new shit back then, man, with like fucking out of the game shit where you had to take your memory card out to make fucking
or like
read your shit or your controller board, man, or the back of the box from Meryl's Kodak. That motherfucker was on some next level shit back then.
No, I'm not gonna throw the genius label on him, but he has a brilliant mind, dude. Like
he does have a brilliant mind, dude, which is why I think that Death Stranding is definitely going to come a long way, man.
Of course, it's gonna be him without.
What about
it's gonna be another fucking like convoluted, like I don't know what the fuck happened to Metal Gear Solid. Do you?
Nope.
It's gonna be the same thing with Death Stranding. We're not gonna know what the fuck is going on.
I'm just like, yo, there's a monkey smoking a cigarette. I'll just pay attention to that.
Everything
else,
why is this bitch disappearing? I don't understand.
I'm telling you right now that MGS5 was meant to be a different game, and he made that game like so tedious, and like the fact that you have to go through the entirety of the game twice. Like one of the harder difficulty in order to get the true ending, dude. I guarantee he made that game that way because he wanted that game to go down in history as like the worst fucking Konami game ever made. But obviously that wasn't the case because that game sold tremendously well.
I played the fourth one. Like
the fourth one, I played.
It was literally like it was like go and do this for 10 minutes and then watch a 45-minute cutscene.
Yeah.
You really went overboard with the Hollywood action fucking filming aspect.
Dude, I played the shit out of the multiplayer for that too. That's another weird.
That multiplayer was pretty good.
Yo, but like, son, tell me to go online. You had to come out, and anybody who's played online knows exactly what I'm talking about. You have to come up with like a 24-digit password and fucking code to go online, bro. Like it was ridiculous.
You gotta memorize that.
Bro, and you had to put numbers, letters, 2 emails. It was ridiculous, bro. Like. Some 24-character fucking shit to log in online. It was crazy. And if you forgot it, that was your ass. Like, you lost all your characters. Like,
yo, by the way, Dooley, speaking of, as far as my personal fucking favorite, real quick before I go on, what I'm about to say, MGS3 is by far my personal favorite after I played that last generation finally, because I didn't have my PS2 at the time when I wanted that game, because it was never in my store. So when I finally got a chance to play it, that game was so fucking incredible, man. I beat that bitch in one sitting with no sleep.
Dude, dude, like fucking. I remember in it was the Guns of the Patriots when you get the fucking full camo suit, bro. I just laid down on shit just to see it fucking absorb like chameleon.
Yeah.
And then it's like you could just shake the controller and it rubs off, or you could like shake the controller in the cutscene and it will go back to his regular suit. Like fucking sick, man. That game was fucking.
Like I said, but yet none of that shit was in MGS fucking 5. None of that.
Here's yo, and that's funny that I even brought that up right now because that's one of my beasts with God of War, which I don't think is too spoilery. Like, because I know that there's some people that haven't played it yet. It doesn't do anything with the fucking DualShock. Nothing, and it's like I know
that's more of a nitpick though.
I know the DualShock is gimmicky and all this other shit, but it's like all first-party fucking Sony developers usually do something with the fucking controller. And here's like, it does nothing, no light bar, no speaker, no nothing. And I'm like, dude, it could.
You and I are the only ones that would care about that because I love those little things in games.
This shit is, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. When you're playing GTA and you get chased by the cops and it's flashing red and blue, and it's so dope, dude. It's fucking cool. And like you could hear them talking like, "We're chasing a red blah blah blah," and it's coming through your controller. I'm sorry, that's just fucking cool. Like
it's awesome, dude. That kind of stuff I love. I love that kind of stuff.
I remember when I first experienced that with the Wii, that shit scared the fuck out of me, man.
But that shit pisses me off because I'm just like, what the fuck is the point of them spending more money to put all this fucking shit into the controllers and then like not use them? Like, how many gimmicks do we have on that? Where are the fucking Xbox One fucking crazy rumble triggers that do all this other shit? Where's that? Where the fuck is that right now? Like, that's
touchpad, bro. It's the touchpad.
That had that with so far, as first party wise, what I think Forza Horizon 3 and God of War 4 or Gears of War 4. Sorry.
Dude, the only reason why the touchpad is so underutilized is because they want like for cross-platform games. Like that's the only reason.
Yeah, the touchpad. There's nothing, dude. There could have been so much cool.
It's an amazing controller for PC because you can use it as your mouse pad.
Yeah. They could have done so much in God of War with just the speaker alone, dude. Like it, and it just. I'm just like, I guess you know what I'm saying.
Going back real quick though to that rumor about Blue Point's fucking whatever you want to call it, dude. Like their next game they're working on remake wise, and I'm surprised nobody mentioned this in the chat unless I didn't see it. SOCOM.
I was literally just thinking about SOCOM like 5 minutes ago. I swear.
That could be another high possibility. SOCOM or Titan Filter, dude. Let's fucking jam.
The other day when fucking Ryan McCaffrey came out with that stupid ass quote on fucking Twitter talking about PlayStation is finally firing on all 10 cylinders and shit. I was like, where the fuck were you for PS1 and PS2 though, bro? Like, you out of all people? And then like you have people regret like You know what I'm saying? I respect what Rand does, but Rand was like, yeah, they're firing on all cylinders now. And I'm like, bro, where the fuck were you for Gran Turismo? Where the fuck were you for SOCOM, Jack and Daxter? Like, they've been doing exclusive things. Yeah, where the fuck have you guys been that you're agreeing with this fucking dickhead right now? Like,
it's amazing, dude. People need leaders, man. Like, they'll follow anybody.
No, what it shows is a lot of motherfuckers started gaming on that 360, bro. They don't know nothing before then. Like,
Yo, man, we've talked about this a billion times, really. Because remember, it was just what fucking back in 2016 when motherfuckers were complaining about. Remember, because I made that video and everybody was bitching at me in my video on YouTube back then about, like, I said, yo, they always make their fucking. I said 2017, man. Wait till this E3, you're gonna see banger after banger. And what happened at that E3? Banger after fucking banger. And everybody was like, oh my god, this generation's amazing again. It's like,
we got so much
fucking history, man.
I don't know, man.
What do y'all think of a Twisted Metal with the graphic fidelity of like a Drive Club? That might be fucking dope.
I don't know. I think that game,
that genre has kind of died out.
Yeah. I don't think it would work, but I think it'd be kind of cool to go relive it with.
They'd have to do something special with it. They'd have to. It'd have to be like
Twisted Metal to me, though.
It'd have to be like little piece, like actual like damage would have to be like so realistic that it blew people's minds or something, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm the only motherfucker that wants to do Destruction Derby 2.
It'd have to be like a simulation, basically.
Yo, speaking of genres, man, you know what genre that has pretty much basically died out fucking relatively quick?
What's that?
That 1 versus 6 or 1 versus 5, like Evolve, Friday the 13th, and Dead by Daylight. Like, barely seen like no other
Left 4 Dead shit.
That. Yeah. No, Left 4 Dead was like fucking a horde versus like fucking 4.
Or
5.
No, there's a new game coming out that's got that in it. I can't remember the name of it.
Like cowboy looking shit. That like weird. Yeah.
Are you talking about? I know what you're talking about. The Hunt or whatever.
Yeah.
I was watching my buddy play that. He was streaming it the other day on Twitch, man. Like, no, it wasn't the other day. It was like a couple weeks ago. I mean, like that game died for him.
It's too limited. There's not enough real people in it. You know? I think you can only have like 8 people, I think, in a server or something like that.
Doss, you know what game I'm really looking forward to that's finally coming out this year to consoles, dude? I'm looking forward to that fucking Forest, man.
The Forest, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really, really fucking excited for that because I've been watching my buddy fucking play the shit of that game for like well over the last 2 years now, dude. And I'm so excited for that fucking game to drop, dude. Yo, Steve, right there. That's another thing too, Dooley, man. Fucking, I've been starting to notice that too as well when it came to this generation. I'm starting to see fucking less of a reason for me to own a PC now because more expensive.
Yeah, they're
slowly coming over.
Yeah, they're slowly coming over here, dude. It's like, what the fuck? I don't care about that.
Once I seen the x86 architecture, I was like, it's a wrap. It's gonna be back and forth all day. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? And like the console market is just it's so fucking
for every game for every game that comes over to like finally makes it to console. I mean, there's a game that replaces it on PC.
Yeah, for sure. Because like Nier and all these other games are I think Neo's on PC now too. Like,
yep, Neo's there. Yeah. Well, the sad thing is though, Doss, like when games do come from PC side of the world over to consoles, man, nobody even knows they fucking exist.
Dude,
nobody does.
I'm still sick at my stomach about Daisy, bro.
It's not their thing.
No, that's the thing. And like to this day, I'm still baffled, man, that Divinity Original Sin 2 is actually coming out now for consoles. I didn't think it was going to because of how piss poor the first one sold. And even like Tides Numenera, man, I was talking to the dev.
That game did really well on PC, though.
Yeah, that game did.
The second one.
Yeah, I would hope so. It would do well. Or with Divinity. Well, Divinity was a huge game on PC. That motherfucker is like, what, a 95 on Metacritic, dude? Yo,
man, beyond good.
Every PC, I heard somebody tell me, man, that fucking every PC game on like every exclusive game on PC sucks balls. And it's like, well, what the fuck? What? I'm like, yo, so you mean to tell me to sit there and tell me with a straight face that Divinity Original Sin is 95 on Metacritic and that game is garbage?
Yeah, you gotta think about the console gamer though. You know what I'm saying? Like they just
like Ashes of Singularity and stuff like that.
Yeah, they care about AAA, how it looks, quality shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't.
And that's what killed off the market.
That's why RTSs are like Civilization is an amazing game, but you'll never see that hardly on.
No, dude, I know that's right now. That's the only game. Like if I actually had a decent enough PC to be able to run that game, that's the only game. That game in Rust.
Civilization Revolution was really good. I thought it's a very simplified version of it, but it works so well. But I guess nobody really bought it, you know. So we lost them.
No, fuck off, Google, man.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, Google's on some shit today, boy.
Error. Fuck you. Put me back in the goddamn chat, you cunt.
Dude, it kicked me off. It was like, you're done.
It wouldn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even let me on, dude. I have to keep on downloading fucking Google Chrome, which I fucking hate. Just to
That's another game, Silver. You bring up a good point. That's another game I would really like to see come back. It's fucking Road Rash, dude.
Road Rash.
Well, they have one.
EA still owns the rights to that fucking.
But there's another game coming out soon called Road Rage.
The game's already out, and it sucks.
Oh
God.
Yeah, Road Rash used to be the truth, though.
Well, it was the graphics, bro. Like I remember, like 3DO. I think it was 3DO. They had like the best version of it, and we used to watch that shit on fucking like VHS tapes and be like, God damn, if I could only afford $1,000 console. And 3DO failed like a motherfucker.
Yo, by the way, you know how like fucking recently Sega announced in Japan their Sega Mini bullshit? Well, Neo Geo just announced theirs today.
Dude, I've
theirs
heard
looks pretty badass.
Geo's legit though.
Yo, it's a mini Neo Geo fucking arcade system, dude, with like a little controller ports on each side. It's fucking
every arcade game that I was like super interested in was on Neo Geo. You know, like
I'm gonna find that
all the Metal Slugs were on there. The fucking SNK versus Capcom and all that, bro. Bushido Blade, I think, was on there. Basically, every like fighter that I really enjoyed and stuff was on fucking Neo Geo.
I'm glad that fighters are coming back too, man. That fucking Soul Calibur, like it's been
a fucking time.
I was never really big. I never got into fighting.
It's because they kind of figured out the online is what it is.
I want a really dope ass modern brawler. Somebody in the chat was talking about that, and I know that you could say Yakuza's that, but Yakuza went really like
story driven.
Last Blade, thanks, bro.
Yeah,
I wanted like a Streets of Rage, but like with modern graphics. That would be so fucking dope.
Streets of Rage music is so good.
I was saying, Sega should do a Streets of Rage fucking 4, but do it like what they did with Sonic Mania. Make it in that style.
Streets of Rage 1 on the 6-pack for Sega Genesis was the very first story-driven game I ever beat in my life. Do you guys remember the end of it?
Go ahead.
It has the most fucked up ending.
I don't know if I ever beat it.
Well, me and my brother played that hoe. We get all the way to the end because it's a 2-player game, you know. We get all the way to the end, and I think a big boss or whoever the main boss is like, okay, you made it to me, but before you can fight me, you got to fight each other.
Oh, yes. Right. I do remember that.
Fucked up.
Wait, what game?
Fucking Streets of Rage 1.
But Double Dragon 1.
Did they do that in Double Dragon too? You have to kill each other
as well, yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
But
plot twist back then.
If you choose not to fight each other, it sends you all the way back to the first stage.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Troll, man. It was a fucking troll, dude.
Yeah. Oh no, that was actually the second one. The first one I beat was Golden Axe on the 6.
Golden Axe, dude. Fucking
man. Remember the 6-packs? I miss games coming like that. Like they give you like one disc or something with 1 billion games on it.
Yo, I remember when Splatterhouse got that remake last year, and I was super excited. And then I didn't get a chance to play because I heard nothing but bad things about it.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for that game to show up on fucking PS Now, man. Fucking so I can snag it up, man. Give it a try. But
people keep telling me that I'm gonna say it wrong. Is it Sunset Riders?
Sunset Riders.
They keep saying it's on PS4, but I can't find that motherfucker anywhere. Is it really on PS4?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Because I want that game.
No, they're probably thinking of some other
the Warriors for the original Xbox.
The Rockstar's The Warrior.
How about that on PS4?
Yeah. That game is fucking lit.
And then I shared played with Dooley because he was going to show me how to play it, and then he fucking he joins the game. I'm like, it's working. This is awesome, and he just goes to do a full blown sprint and tackles me.
Dude, yo, there's a way in fucking Warriors, right, where you could run and like you jump and you go sideways. So you just lay out everything that's in front of you. So he's like, oh, you're in the game, blah, blah, blah. I just run up to him, bro, and just deck him like dead in his fucking face, dude. Like, he's like, I didn't even know you could do that. Like, yo,
my God, what a
the Warriors is such a good fucking game, dude. Like, goes through the movie stuff, goes through all the back history, goes through how they all came together. It's
got to be the best movie to game ever made. It has to be.
Yeah, no, I can agree with on that. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I think Rockstar should always make video game or movie video game adaptations.
I think another one was Chronicles. That was a
Chronicles of Riddick and Escape from Butcher Bay were really good, bro.
It even goes beyond the fucking movie, right? Because in the movie,
it has nothing to do with the movie, really. It's a prequel, is what it is.
Yeah, but like I was talking about, like the Warriors, like because in the movie at the end of the movie, like the Rifts find those motherfuckers and they're like, "All right, Warriors, you done got your ass kicked, go home and rest." And then the movie cuts off with them just walking on the beach. In the game, at the end of the shit, you get to play as the Rifts and get to tear those motherfuckers up. So there's like, you know what I'm saying? Like the I forgot what the fuck.
It's kind of what they did with Scarface.
Where
he didn't die.
Yeah, Scarface. I never got to play that, but I've heard so much about that game. That game sounds like
I heard it was like a huge copy of Max Payne.
Oh,
it had elements behind it that felt like that. Yeah,
like didn't it have bullet time and shit like that? Like they copied the shit out of it.
Yeah. But I think that those, I don't, if I remember correctly, I think those bullet time sequences were like, was at specific points in the game, like wise. I think
they need to just.
Max Payne 2 is
what happened. What happened to games like The Suffering and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right? Well, that's because Midway's gone. That's why we'll never get another one.
Man. He says, "Bro, that Scarface was doo doo."
Yeah, it's bad.
It was chintzy. It was
bad. Like if you look up footage of it,
doo-doo, bro.
Yeah.
The Godfather, though, the very first Godfather game was actually pretty goddamn good.
Dude, Francis Ford Coppola was fucking pissed. Like he gave his blessing, and it's like, "You betrayed me, you sons of bitches." This is what I signed up for.
I love all the Godfather games, including the new one. Godfather. Is it not God? Is it Godfather?
Mafia.
Yes, that and Mafia. That and Mafia. I love all of them.
I heard that the new Mafia wasn't that great. I know that you went hard in the paint on it, but I heard it wasn't that great.
Well, yeah, the game itself wasn't, but the story was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I just didn't understand. It felt shoehorned. Like, I mean, to me, I don't know anything really about it.
They're a super small team, though.
It felt shoehorned. They were thinking of a way to make it more ethnically diverse. You know what I mean?
No, they did that though. That's what it was so cool. I don't know. I liked it. I mean, it's a small team. It's not like you compared to GTA. It's fucking ass. But like the story and the characters are fucking awesome.
Yeah. Like the thing I was wondering, like you're not trying to take over their operation. You're building up your own to take them out, right?
Sort of. You build alliances with several to take out the main hub, if you will.
Because I was like, dude, there's no way Italian gangsters are ever going to listen to a black man. I don't care. I'm sorry.
They explain that.
I mean, it's racist sounding, but I mean, I'm just talking about in real life. Italian gangsters are super racist. They're not
going Italian though. That
doesn't matter. That's another thing that probably wouldn't happen.
Well, right, but I'm saying, but they actually explain it pretty well. I mean, they do. The game is pretty cool, man. I'm telling you.
Al Presador's on his shit again, yo.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who El Presador is?
No.
Wow.
Missing out on something because I don't know either. But
El Presador? You guys haven't seen the crazy motherfucker running into trees in the forest and shit? Like
for Call of Duty camping and shit, Battlefields camping and whatnot, dude. Now he's fucking.
No, I've never seen.
Okay, Trade Brotherhood and all that shit.
Yeah, he's the one that started the whole Trade Brotherhood and that.
Dude, at one point, this motherfucker was making like $10,000 to $15,000 like a fucking month off of YouTube videos, just like doing like the full console wars bullshit, dude. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now he's, you know what I'm saying? Like his fucking YouTube bubble burst. So now
I'm better at life than you guy.
Yeah. But like the other day he comes out with a video. He's like, how do I upload to YouTube from Xbox? And just made like a little simple video. It's like, you can't. So now he's just starting up the console war again. Like
this dude right here has got some serious male pattern baldness going on.
Dude, you gotta see the shit where this motherfucker's like running into dead trees in the middle of the woods, bro. It's fucking great.
Shit, son of a bitch.
One of them almost lands on him and shit.
I'll press, man. He's my fucking. I love watching that motherfucker. Dude, he cracks me up.
I love his Cobra Kai reviews. Like 36 seconds long.
No, I love it. Like when he goes off about Cleveland and shit, dude, with the Browns.
Yeah.
Those videos fucking like he's like throwing expensive PCs all over the fucking place and shit. You freaking out and screaming and whatnot. Dude's a fucking riot.
Dude, it does bother me that Xbox can't stream anything really but Mixer and Twitch if you download the app.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But whatever.
Which makes all the sense in the world, yo. They own Mixer.
They're trying to push Mixer, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm pretty much basically convinced that for some reason, like that signal does not recognize my brand of TV, dude. Because I still can't stream. I have to do it through my Abra Media device now. But thank God there's a site called Speech Chat that allows me to connect to YouTube, Twitch, or I forget what the other one is, Mixer. And so anytime when somebody comes in my chat, and I don't have to worry about it because I'm only using one screen. I like a Google chick comes on and actually says the person's name and then what they say. It's awesome.
Kind of like what's
cool
on
that fucking Xbox is getting Discord and shit. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it came out today on the thing, but right now it's only available through the Android and ISO app right now.
Dude, I will say one thing. I do like how, like, I have a lot of friends that are on Xbox again. I do like being able to like just plug in my stuff to my phone, and talk to them or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't have that on PlayStation.
I don't know.
Breaks my heart.
They should have came out with that shit, but it's still a new feature on PlayStation, on Xbox too. It wasn't that.
Yeah, it just recently came out. Yeah.
I mean, it's been out for It's been out for like 3 or 4 months, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It's still relatively new. It's like 2018 new.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I always hear okay, and I wanted to bring this up too as well because I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. Maybe you might be able to shed some light on this, there, fucking DOS man. Whenever I hear the Xbox fucking fanatics go off and talk about, like, because I asked a couple people these questions the other day when I was in JWAG's fucking podcast. I was like, yo, tell me why you like the Xbox so much. I'm just generally out of curiosity, right? And the first thing that both these motherfuckers said, like, they kept on shouting, no, the ecosystem. Right. So I'm sitting there, and every time I fucking hear that, it does my head in because I always look at that as a cop-out answer.
It kind of is a cop-out.
It is a cop-out answer. It's like what is so unique with the fucking Xbox ecosystem? And
it doesn't have to be unique. It just has to be an ecosystem that they're caught up in. Like, it's not easy for somebody to be like, damn, I'm gonna get rid of all my achievements, all my friends, all my this, and move to another one. So it's not about it being better.
Whole entire new account. Don't hear me.
That's the thing. Like that one dude who was in the comments, who was roasting me for like having 42,000 gamer score on my 7-year-old like fucking thing that I just started. Well, since 2014, I was nothing but an PlayStation guy. I'd played nothing but PlayStation. I didn't even have an Xbox, so like, it's doable. You can get rid of Xbox if you have a good enough reason. Mine was the graphics. There was no reason to own a $500 system that played in 720p versus, a 1080p system that was just like fucking way better. That's why everybody switched over to fucking PlayStation. That's why PlayStation was killing the game, bro. So
it's like, I remember last generation when we were still playing at fucking like 480p and shit early on. Remember that shit?
Dude, 480p.
It was rare when games came out that were like fucking.
I remember how fucking bad it was when I switched over to PS3 from Xbox 360. But like, after playing Gears, and Gears 2 kind of sucked, and I was like, yeah, I'm looking for that next go-to game on Xbox, and I never found it. I was like, yeah, I'm going back to PlayStation. But like, dude, you had to exit a game to send a message, and
I remember that. Yeah, you had to put in a disc at the beginning, bro. Remember that shit
for Netflix? You had to fucking the web browser, like the fucking store opened up in the web browser. I was like, yo, this shit is terrible right now. Dude. But then the game started dropping, and I was like, I don't care right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, once I saw Uncharted, I was like, yo, this shit is ridiculous. Like,
yo, I remember when Mortal Kombat 9 dropped, and it was I think it was like a week before it dropped, a week before the big outage happened. And the only reason why I remember that shit, because that whole entire time when PSN was down, I was working on that fucking on those towers, whatever you want to call it there, that everybody was bitching and moaning about in MK9. And fucking, I remember like that shit felt like it lasted for a long ass time, but I think it only lasted for like about a month. The outage?
I think it was 2 months.
It was almost 2 months or something like that, but it felt like a fucking eternity, dude. And then by the time when they finally came back up, and I went to go play Mortal Kombat Online, I just stopped giving a shit after that point. I was like, no, I'm done with this game.
Dude, us Xbox boys back then were roasting the shit out of you guys, too.
They did. Because
the same attack happened to us, and our shit was back up in 3 days, bro. Like, we were like, no. And then when all the credit cards were stolen.
That Sony fucking never told anybody about until the last minute.
PlayStation just got mad at him, kicked him out of the podcast. They're like, "Don't be talking shit. We're out."
No, but the thing was, that's the thing though, because what that did was that made Sony invest a lot more money into their network for this generation, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's one of the main reasons why we're paying for it now.
Thank you. That's been my whole argument from the fucking jump, and
to avoid
motherfuckers still get it. Like that's why I keep on making a comparison. Like, and this is the whole fight with Jay got last time. He's like, "Well, I don't have to pay for it on Steam. Why do I have to pay for it here?" Because they're doing more. They're stretching their money thinner than Steam. Just collects money and sits on it. They don't do shit.
Well, it's not even that. I think Steam has a bigger infrastructure than PlayStation and probably Xbox or Microsoft put together as far as the servers and stuff go, just because of what they have. It's just they make so much more money off of stuff.
Yeah, they're making more money off of every sale, and they don't do shit with it. What have they done in the last couple of years? Giving you 1 or 2 updates. They give you a fucking controller that nobody gives a fuck about, and a Steam OS that fucking sucks. Yay.
Well, yeah, but that's Linux's fault. That's not Steam's fault.
Just saying, like, yay. That's pretty much the gist of what money and that probably cost them a couple million or whatever. But they're not making games. They're not making hardware. They're not.
You got to think about it, bro. Without Steam though, Steam revolutionized the way you buy games, and even on console. I think.
Yeah.
Because before then, digital wasn't a thing.
I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm just saying of like why people make that comparison is asinine. It doesn't make any sense for you to compare. Oh, why you pay for it on the consoles? I don't pay for it on Steam. So why do they? No, they're different. They're vastly different, bro.
Well, it's the same reason why Microsoft can never charge for actual if Microsoft wants people to pay for online on PC, that's their main goal. They want Xbox Live on PC, and then once that happens, there will be no Xbox consoles anymore because that's their end goal now. They're trying to get into the software business. I don't care what anyone says. That's what's really going on. So,
yeah, they want to take that Nintendo route, man. Not necessarily what Nintendo was doing, but they want to do their own shit. Is basically what I'm saying. Because there's nothing that they can do, no matter, even if they did have a good generation like they did last gen. But look how fucking fast Sony the last I want to say the last 4 years of the PS fucking 3, dude, man. Like that bitch fucking like Usain Bolt right next to fucking Xbox.
Well, they left it out way longer than once the Xbox One came out, they completely dropped Xbox 360. They did the same thing with the Xbox original.
Bullshit. And that's another reason why I won't support it either, bro. Because they dropped shit so fucking terribly, and they've done it every generation. So it's like I don't. But you know,
Sony is excessive with it, bro.
A lot better too, though, than Sony. Like,
bro, you realize the last PlayStation 2 game was fucking like FIFA 2014.
Yeah.
PS2's
Do you know how long a life? That's fucking crazy. They were selling
2,000, 2,000,
14, bro. PlayStation 2s.
Yeah.
When people are talking about, oh, well, PlayStation won the console war between PlayStation 3 and Xbox. Yeah, they left the hoe out for like 4 years extra. Of course they won.
That's where that extra 50 million came from.
The extra,
but it's still a phenomenal feat though, because they were getting slaughtered, dude. They
came out a year earlier.
It came out earlier. Dude,
$600 for the PlayStation 3.
Here's the thing about it. If that generation doesn't show you
US dollars,
what Microsoft will do, they'll never win. They'll never win against fucking Sony, dude. Because I could come up with like, let's see. All right, cool. The console was more expensive, right? And people didn't like that. The memory for it was really fucking shitty, and people didn't like that. The fucking the store was on a web browser and really slow to download and access. People didn't like that. You couldn't send messages.
Trophies coming until a year and a half later.
Have trophy.
Yep.
Netflix was on a fucking disc. Games were running, third-party games were running like fucking shit versus the fucking cheaper console, right? So that was another thing. What else? Oh, the fucking the controller launched with no rumble, so they had to put rumble in later on. Like the fucking list of issues. Oh, they got hacked. The list of issues, dude, is well into like the 15 to 20s, bro, of really fucking bad shit. And they still came up. And
I'll tell you why they came up. The Last of Us. It's the only reason I bought a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Was The Last of Us. If it wasn't for The Last of Us, I don't think they would have ever caught up. That's just my personal opinion.
They left it out really good because
I don't know about that, dude. Because Last of Us came out like right at the end of that fucking life cycle, dude. They were already
Last of Us was also burning out fucking consoles. It burned out mine.
Because it was
no, but that's what I'm saying. It was like their numbers were pretty high up there, fucking almost right, like sitting right along, fucking almost close to Xbox.
Metal Gear Solid 4 is what caught them up, I think.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like Last of Us came out, dude, man. Like
Beyond Two Souls, Last of Us. Yeah, that last little bit of ending right there was people were like, all right, cool.
And then them leaving it out like an extra couple years.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I remember I had my Xbox One. I had a PlayStation 3, like because they were still supporting that hoe.
Yeah.
And then I got an Xbox.
If that generation doesn't show you that, like, no matter what Microsoft will do, they're just not gonna touch Sony in the console space, dude. It's like with all of those major fucking issues right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they still came back. That's crazy because
that's what I'm saying. And I think Microsoft clearly sees it not only from this generation, but I mean this generation just put that nail in the final nail in the coffin, but. They know, like they see that Nintendo was doing their own shit, you know what I mean? And Microsoft's like, hey, you know what? Let us do our own thing. So they're taking that service route, and it's working for them, regardless of how many times like I may sit there, or Silver may sit there, Dooley can sit there, you DOS, or anybody else is going to sit there and shit all over fucking Xbox, with very good reasons, of course. But they're banking in so much fucking money off these services, dude. Man, like why? Like no, that's what they want to do. That's the direction they're going to go.
It's the smartest thing for them to do.
It's the smartest thing.
They're not even. They're turning into fucking Steam right now. They're turning into Steam, where it's like
if it works for them. Fucking let them do it.
Yeah, they're slowly turning into Steam because they're not really producing anything. You know
they need to stop though. They need to make. And I've said it. I've been saying it since the very first times we used to do these things back like 2 years ago. They need to make a deal with Steam and bring Steam to their platform because if they announced this year at fucking E3 that the reason they bought all that shit out is because they're bringing Steam to fucking Xbox One X or whatever, and that's why they got Discord on there so you can do crossplay with your friends on fucking PC.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That would be the end of it. That'd be the end of it. No one could say shit because they'd have a billion games that are instantly available to people.
I'll be able to finally play fucking Civ fucking 6 finally now.
Yeah, but I mean, the odds of that happening are like fucking 1 in 100 billion.
It's funny that you mentioned that too, DOS, because fucking I've been saying that now for way back in 2015 for a while now, dude. Like people fucking like I can see Microsoft doing something like that if it were to ever happen. But I can see Microsoft.
The Windows Store sucks. The Windows Store on PC sucks. And they know it. They're not stupid. They know when they put some shit out and it sucks dick. So, I mean, they've been through the Connect 1 and 2. They know what's up.
It's like when people complained about Microsoft releasing their first party studio games on PC as well, and I was like, why are you guys complaining about that?
They're playing the long con.
Devalues the Xbox. Well, I mean, okay, fine, I can understand that, but
we won't see an Xbox in like 5 years.
Exactly. But here's the thing, and people tend to forget this, and I keep bringing this up for a valid reason, man. Microsoft has tried 2 times. They tried it back on the OG Xbox. They weren't feeling it, man. Nobody was budging with Halo 1 and Halo 2. They tried doing it again during the 360 at the beginning of that shit with Windows games for Windows. Remember, you had Shadowrun on there that had crossplay on that bitch.
Bro, you guys
went to PC.
You guys might not remember this, but the original Xbox, they had GameSpy.
Yep.
Which was on fucking PC.
Yep.
And they were talking about bringing over Roger Wilco. Way back in 2002, bro. So if they would have done that, it would have been a PC. And the craziest thing about the original Xbox, it was a PC. If you opened it up, it literally is a 64 megabyte, fucking 733 megahertz. A lot of people fight me on this, but I'm 100% positive it was an Intel Celeron. They say it's not, but I've taken so many of these fucking things apart. It is an Intel Celeron processor. It's a normal PC. That's all it was.
And that's the part that confuses me because everybody gets mad about that. I'm like, you do realize that Microsoft has always started out as a PC specific fucking company. I mean, it makes sense for them to release games on both platforms, like fucking from a console perspective.
But like I said, motherfuckers
mainly on
gaming
PCs,
on the
it makes sense. Exactly.
And that goes to show you because on the 360, that's all they did. They were like, oh shit, people are actually buying this box. Let's make it exclusive to this box, and people are going to buy the box even more. They ran with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. PC still, like PC didn't get into what it is today until about midway through that fucking generation. And then during that time period, and correct me if I'm wrong on this though, fucking Dos, because you probably know more about this than I do, but I'm pretty sure that was around the same time too as well when Microsoft was technically working on Windows 10, and they came up with this philosophy, say, hey, you know what? Let's bring our first party games over. We'll lock it behind Windows 10 exclusive wise, outside from second party games or third party deals like they did with Remedy and whatever games that also got released on and Cuphead for that matter, but all their first party games, despite Halo and a few others from early on. They did exactly what they've been trying to do for the last 2 generations, but they just couldn't find a way in. But now they did. But it's locked behind their universal Windows fucking bullshit now, man.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of Windows 10 is the most like fucking Emperor Palpatine Star Wars like fucking insidious thing that any company has ever done.
Oh yeah.
They gave it out for free. They're like, you got a hacked copy of this hoe? Okay, it's official now. Like they were upgrading people who had hacked copies of Windows 7 and fucking Windows 8.1 or whatever it was. Now they're like, gotcha, bitch. We're all like fucking stuck with it. And now they can sell us any service they want. It's like
here's another funny thing too, though, Dos, man. Fucking what do you call it there? Fuck, I just lost my train of thought. Fuck. Never mind. I'll come back to me. Keep going.
I was just talking about them being fucking Darth fucking
okay. Have you ever actually been into development mode on the Xbox?
Which one? I used to do like a little bit of coding and stuff for the original Xbox.
The Xbox
Not
One.
the Xbox One, no.
Okay.
I'm part of the fucking early access thing, but I don't ever upgrade it because it always fucks up my consoles.
This is the funny thing right here, right? Because like the dev mode that's built into whatever you want to call it, I think it's like there's a certain way you can you have to like apply for it on the.
You're talking about XDA. You're talking about XDA.
No. I'm talking about the actual dev mode that you can actually go into. The XDA,
Xbox Development Kit.
Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah. So anyways, so when you go into that and stuff like that, because I was watching some dude make a video about this on YouTube the other day or a while back, and it was like the way he was talking about it, he's like, dude, you can literally take anything from the PC side, right? Put that code through this compile thing that's built into like the Xbox One for like the dev mode thing there, and like it'll work almost instantaneously.
Yeah, like Unity engine and stuff like that.
Because like basically the way Microsoft designed their new version of their fucking interface, whatever you want to call it, it's all based on Windows 10 technology. It's all based on that shit.
Everything is like, unless if you think about it, most of even the PlayStation games they're either going to be being developed in Linux or they're going to be developed in Windows. So
Yep. And I'll tell you this right now. Here's a question I want to ask you specifically, Dooley. I don't think I've ever asked you this. If Sony also had a PC side company like Microsoft, right? Let's say Sony was on that side too as well, and like they were selling fucking computers like Microsoft, or at least like an operating system similar to fucking Windows, right? And would you fucking sit there and say like you would see a lot of their first party games also be on their own fucking Windows?
Sony did do that. Linux Yellow Dog. They were pushing and selling Yellow Dog back in
their phones too as well.
Like they were selling phones themselves. It was a kernel that they created. Their developers created it for PlayStation 3, and they had one for PlayStation 2 as well. But it wasn't Ubuntu. It was something like that though. I think it might have been Mandrake back in the day.
So imagine if Sony was still doing that to this very given day, right? From like a PC standpoint, dude, man, would you see like Last of Us on like a Linux PC?
Oh,
that sucks for gaming, bro.
But I'm saying like I'm just giving an example, but again, like I said, it just going back to what I was saying beforehand, it just makes sense for Microsoft to do that. And I understand people say it devalues the hardware or the console wise. I mean, okay, that's fine, but explain to me how the fuck Gears of War 4 can almost sell fucking 4 million on that platform alone, and that's not including PC.
It definitely does.
Devaluing my ass.
And that's something that their fan base has to get used to. Like that's something that if you're part of that brand, if you love Xbox, then you're gonna have to go that route. So
and I'm fine with that because if I don't, I guess because of the way that I am, and I don't care about like graphic fidelity, whatever the case may be. I mean, performance is definitely something that should be a standard for every game that we fucking play. But sadly, we know that's not the case. PC has those moments too as well. The thing of it is, at the end of the day, it's like fucking like when I see like a lot of these games that I do want to play on the PC side making its way over to consoles, dude, it's like I have no reason to buy a PC. People tell me all the time, it's like, well, just buy a PC, you can play fucking Gears on PC. And it's like, why would I do that if I already own a console that already fucking plays it?
Yeah, and you don't have to fuck with settings or anything.
Exactly. No, I'm not saying
that's the one thing, bro. That is the one thing that kills PC. I mean, all these PC guys are like, man,
a lot of things
I can change. Well, it's still like outselling
argument.
PlayStation, Xbox, and everything combined. You know, like you saw that chart, right? It's still that Xbox and PlayStation 4 and them, like it made like what 25 million or something like that, and fucking PC by itself was making 24 point something billion. So I mean, they make plenty of money. It's just, but what kills it is a lot of people don't like fucking with settings, dude. If they made it so that these games would just automatically,
that shit hurts after a while. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Keyboard and mouse, like it wears on your joints really bad, yo.
I don't know.
You have to get accustomed to it. I mean, if you only play PC,
you have to have the right time. Yeah, you have to have the right stuff. You know,
no, I have a good mouse, dude. I have a good mouse. I have a good keyboard and everything like that. But it's
but you fuck with console.
Are you moving your whole arm, or are you just moving your wrist? If you're just moving your wrist, you're gonna fatigue the shit out of it. You got to move your
tunnel, bitch.
Yeah. I think I move mostly my wrist because that's like how.
No. That
turn down your mouse sensitivity and then fucking use your whole arm. You'll get so much better at aiming and everything, bro.
Yeah, you will. Yeah,
and it won't hurt you anymore. And you'll get like a fucking you'll get a big muscle that makes people think you jerk off a lot.
They've already achieved that by jerking off. Whatever. Moving on from that statement. But no, dude,
fucking Quagmire when he found out like internet porn and shit. He had that one big ass arm, dude.
Yo, okay, so here's the question I want to ask you guys. I definitely want to get your thoughts on this, man. So, with that whole entire bullshit, right, of like that tremendous engagement crap, right, that we keep hearing for Xbox. So here's my question I want to ask you guys. It's not Xbox related, but it's more online PC. Dust, do you think that the PC community is more diverse in genres than console wise?
1000% yes.
Okay, Dooley?
Yeah, I agree.
They just had, I mean, it's so many experimental things. It's where indie lives.
Yeah, there's so many developers, there's so many indie stuff. There's things that can only work on keyboard and mouse and controller because they could use both. Yeah, like they have flight simulators because they can plug in a flight, the flight simulator sticks and all this other type of shit, like
the Hori tack, whatever.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say that we can't use that excuse anymore? That all they play is Counter-Strike and League of Legends and Dota and whatnot anymore?
No, that's for sure. That's for sure. But majority of them niggas, that's all they fucking play though. That's for
there's a lot of people that do play those games and that's all they ever play. But again, how is that any different though?
There's a point where I lost my boy to fucking Dota, dude. Like that motherfucker was just the Dota fiend. Like.
Dude, but that's the thing. Lost their lives to PC games, like fucking
EverQuest back in the day.
Not even World of Warcraft, bro. Yeah. I have avoided it like the plague. I've always wanted to play it, but I know that it's it for me. As deep as I went into like fucking Destiny, and as shallow as fucking Destiny is, and as deep as I went, I would be lost if I played.
Dude, let me tell you, man. If you played World of Nutcraft, dude. Like in its prime before like it got so casualized, dumbed down now, dude. Like Vanilla and Burning Crusade before Wrath came out because Wrath ruined everything.
He's doing it again. He hasn't talked in like 2 hours, so like what the fuck?
I'm sleepy. We've now got 2 a.m. and I got a soccer game in the morning.
Yeah, bro. I was supposed to be over there like fucking with my boys wrestling with gaming, but I'm over here instead.
I think it's time to wrap up because I'm tired.
Man, fucking goddamn time. Fuck you.
Well, I meant to.
We need to start these earlier, bro. Like,
dude. Yo, what happened?
We were talking late. Well, no, but Dewey and I were talking late, and then I was at my daughter's birthday party, so I was like, well, if you're still awake when I get home.
That music was fire, by the way.
Because I still want to have the fucking God of War talk. At some point, we're going to have that where it might be just us three or something. Because I want to go to a spoiler alert. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some things that I want to talk about.
I'm off tomorrow, bro. I'll go up there, and if it's not there, it's always get me to buy these fucking games, and then
you guys are off.
I never.
Dude, I'll mail it. Dude, I'll mail it to you when I'm done with it.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Dude, I got a physical copy. That's what it's for.
If you like violence and combo and shit and slamming motherfuckers,
Savage. WoW was fucking amazing in its prime, dude. Back in vanilla, it was never garbage, dude. It was never garbage. It is now because of how casualized it is, but it's not garbage anymore now.
That fucking Kid Chameleon and all of man, I used to play the shit out of those shits back in the day.
What the fuck is happening? Like, I keep on dropping out and then coming back, and you guys are talking about something completely different.
It's weird.
Yo, here's a fun fact though, Twisted Man. There's more MMOs than there's fucking Madden games. Put it that way. Think about think of that.
Crazy.
Think about that.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
like,
remember NFL Quarterback Club?
PC, you get like lost.
Yeah, NFL Quarterback Club.
When looking for something, it's just you're
989
scrolling
sports.
so much. You know? It's just like,
989.
what the fuck?
Well, I'm going to wrap this up because I got to go to bed. I want to thank everybody for coming and kicking it with us. Doss has an outro. I don't think anybody else does. Doss, throw it out there.
I don't have an outro. I don't know.
He doesn't have an outro anymore.
Good.
Yeah, you said it was random shit, nigga. This ain't a podcast. This is random shit.
I know.
Appreciate
You guys know me. You guys
Have
know
a
me.
great day, week, year.
Good. Fatal, do your little outro thingy.
My little outro.
Yep.
I usually just say I'm Fatal, the milk bag nipple fucker Mephisto. That's all I say in my outro. So there you go. That's my outro.
Next time on Silver Sky 545.
The Last of Us.
Always.
Vikings better than life.
I still can't believe this motherfucker said that shit, though. We're going to have a talk about that.
I'm going to take a DNA sample, and if I find any Viking blood in me, man, I swear to God, I'm going all in.
I'm like, what?
Come on.
Well, I can't wait to get the people on. We're going to debate greatness, and it's going to be fantastic.
Yo, I'm going to be listening to that, dude, and I'm going to be fucking laughing, bro, because I think you're going to get your head fucking turned off a little bit, dude, in that fucking show, bro.
I'm just doing it.
Just make sure you bring your A game, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not. All I'm going to do is put on a show for the crowd. That's all it's going to be. But
all right, fair enough.
That and then try to destroy me because I know he's going to fucking try to fucking pull some shit.
I mean, you know.
And the worst part about it is we know what game you're coming with, so it's just
we know
what game you're coming with. Yo.
No, The Last of Us can't be anything.
Good night, Twisted.
Oh, okay. So you're actually not coming with The Last of Us.
No,
right.
it's not a PS4 game.
Dude, I think that sometimes Silver just like chooses a different game to throw you off when in his heart and his soul and his real. It's The Last of Us.
Yeah, The Last of Us is the greatest game until The Last of Us Part 2 comes out. I mean, you already agree.
I can agree with that because I can't wait for that fucking sequel. It's driving me nuts.
I'm going to be crying
right around the corner too, bro. Like it's about to be fucking.
Yo, Silver, you gotta do me a favor because if you're gonna be fucking tearing up when you're playing that shit, record yourself doing that. Post that bitch on Twitter.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Oh, I need you to make that fucking sound that you made that posting.
I don't know how to do that. I was in the
Saw that, Doss?
That was like I saw it when you originally posted that hoe 2 years ago, bro.
Yo, that shit. Yo, you remember that Dooley, right? When he was sitting there, we were all playing Killzone that night. Or he was playing Killzone with you guys.
It reminds me of like when you scare like a spider monkey or something. Like when you startle it real good. It's like,
oh my fucking God. Yes, dude. Holy shit.
Because it wasn't like he was screaming. It's like his mouth was open and air was escaping.
Oh, man. I was wrecking people, though, and then I died. I was about to die.
Yeah, because you're like, bro, I'm on like the most epic kill streak of my life.
Before we get out of here, because I don't want to be able to talk to you for another 7 more goddamn years.
22 years.
I still have.
Later.
Later, guys.